Beat up. You got in a fight with one of the other cats.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Every time. Every time I tune in, every second I tune in, every single stream, the nattering is going on in the background, which is fine. People just get to hear behind the screens. It's our version of certain other D&D players swearing at their DM and trying to put him off before the game starts. So hi everyone, welcome back to Heroes Give Chase, our weekly D&D show with myself as our DM, Crowan, who is playing Kaizan Jixie who is playing Woof, Kendrick Swish, who is playing Leonhardt, and Faye, who is playing Shivari. And as usual, we'll start the stream with a little just quick rundown. Pretty much everyone here streams or is interactive on the social medias, so what's everyone been up to this last week? We'll go from bottom to top this time, so Faye, would you like to start?
Just more auto chess like last week. Played in the HOTS tournament on Saturday. That was fun.
Nice one.
That's about it. A lot of auto chess.
Yeah.
Seriously thinking about starting to play auto chess. talk to a couple of people who might be able to teach me. Then I actually watched Faye play some professional or more or less professional heroes in the Tempo Storm Gladman tourney. Was pretty cool. And other than that, I overcame the toughest flu of my life, man. I'm not exaggerating.
Yay.
I was just knocked flat on the floor for at least a week. So I'm glad that just in time for HEC, we're here back on the track.
Lovely. Jixie?
Well, we had another lovely, successful week of the Defenders of Ass, which you can check out on Moist Venus's YouTube. He's one of my players, and he is an absolute delight. We started the Bush League season off 2-0, which was awesome, considering it's just a bunch of Silver League casters getting together and said, what if we memed? So that was really fun. Yeah, that's pretty much what we've been up to.
Alright, and Crowan?
I'm playing a little bit of Apex with friends.
Oh, really? Is that cross-region?
I honestly don't know. I wouldn't... I don't know. Maybe,
is it cross-platform yet? Is it like console and PC gamers together, or...?
Also a great question that I don't know the answer to.
I mean, if it is cross-region, if any of y'all want to play together, I've been having a wonderful time with it. I'm not very good, but I've been enjoying it.
That's not true. You won.
I did win. I did win because I've also been streaming a little bit of Apex along with the Heroes Division S. I keep calling it S Division, but it's not what it's called. Heroes Division S
Same
plus regular
here.
streaming, but I played a bit of Apex. The game didn't give me any teammates in a game with 3-man squads where
Oh,
everyone
That's
else
right,
had
you
a
can't
full
solo
squad.
in that one.
You can't,
Yeah.
no. I just didn't get any teammates. No one was given to me. So I hid the entire game, played Caustic, got into the final circle, just placed a load of traps around, and won with no shots fired and 44 damage as the last guy just walked into a trap
Nice.
and died. It was beautiful. Winning by
Protect
hiding.
your way.
Sometimes you just
Oh.
gotta be a wuss. That's how you win. Alrighty. We'll go into what everyone is going to be streaming this week at the end of the show. This show is going to be a little shorter than usual due to the fact that I have to go to the airport. As much as I would love to say it, it's because I'm going somewhere exciting. I'm just trying to be nice and taking my housemates to the airport so they can go on holiday. But it's super early in the morning, so I do actually want to try and get some sleep before I do that.
Nice.
So,
I was
Oh,
gonna
God.
ask you anyways if you're allowed to talk it, but I guess that settles it then.
I'll talk about where I'm going.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was like,
nowhere.
a super
To the
secret
airport
trip.
and home again. Super secret. No one can know about this. Shh. But no. Alrighty, so, ladies and gentlemen, a quick recap of what happened last session. Last session, the group continued their journey towards Cherto, the second city, and the final stop before their much longer journey to Holm. This will be the last city they can really stop off at without taking a pretty severe detour. On the way, they decided to explore a bit. Oh no, wait, at the start of last session, they beat the hell out of an ogre. It was a couple hits on Woof, but overall it wasn't that close. These guys beat it to death very quickly. Arrows, eldritch blasts, many hits. Leonhardt got in range just in time for it to die. Kendrick is
Saved
honestly
all my strength for the next fight.
exactly, which turned out along the journey to be as Woof continued his strategy of investigating every cave they come across. Eventually, you guys are going to find a
making
cave just
friends.
full of gold. But in this case, found a cave full of friends and hugs. Snake hugs from giant constrictor snakes, which resulted in the first downing of the campaign of Leonhardt, as he came to try and help Woof, the near downing of Shivari, but the eventual victory over said serpentine foes. But overall, you were able to come out on top, if not slightly more worse for wear. And finally, after making a stance of maybe let's not look in caves, to move on and can finish your journey to Cherto, where upon arriving in Cherto for the first time, arriving on the bridge into the walled city, you guys found the servants, I guess they would be. They're called retainers. The retainers of Leonhardt, where you were introduced to... Hang on, bringing up names, because I do have them prepared this time. Not on this screen, I don't. I'm on the wrong layer. There we go. You were introduced to the wonderful retainers of... Where are they? There we go. Fringelin, Robin, and Adalbert, a.k.a. servants and friends of Sir Leonhardt von Greve. Adalbert was immediately useful in providing directions to the local shop, which has, I'm pretty sure, scarred Kaizan for life, and resulted in Woof purchasing a dog via the name of Emmy. This is a small golden retriever puppy. I have received many threats if I were to kill said dog. I make no promises. And we also had Shivari, upon her level up in the last session, able to acquire the materials for her Find Familiar spell, and introduced us to another new friend in the form of Rosie. Rosie, the small reddish-brownish weasel, I believe you described it as.
Yep.
Everyone was able to get some new things. And during the session as well, Leonhardt introduced us to some cool rallying features, and Kaizan introduced us to the fact that he now does even more damage.
Hell yeah.
After this, the group slept and decided to hover around a bit, try and make a little bit of money. Wolf insisted that they go find a cat that was missing on the job board. Everyone else decided that they would instead go after a spread of murders that has happened around the market square recently, where young women have been found dead with their faces removed and claw marks across the sides of their bodies and arms. After seeing the body in the morgue and finding out any more information they can, that is where we left off. As Wolf, you're at the Wolf and Leonhardt, you're currently at the exit to the morgue, as Kaizan and Shivari will meet back up with you coming from the body. And that's where we left off. What would you like to do?
Go grab my notebook with notes in it because I didn't bring that over.
So yeah, what would
So
people
if
like
I
to do?
recall correctly, that the body that we inspected just a few moments ago in the morgue, that was the only recoverable body because
It's
the
the
other
only
one
one currently preserved because the kills have been so far apart, and this was currently being preserved for an Archmage from Holm who is on the way.
Right. And he was going to arrive the next day.
Correct. He should be arriving tomorrow.
Okay. And so currently we're all together, or is someone missing?
You've just regrouped up at the
Okay.
entrance to the morgue after Wu finished his conversation with the guard over the missing cat.
Right. Over the missing cat. So, I guess upon seeing Wolf again, Leonhardt would be something like, "So, Wolf, I heard you went on your own little adventure, and would you mind telling us how it went? How's the cat?"
Well, her name is Carol, and she is the cutest and sweetest and fluffiest little thing ever. She's white, and Lady Diana will Danielle, pardon me, will give us 80 gold if we find her. 80 shinies.
And do we have any leads, any clues as to where this cat might be? Where was it last seen?
Did I ask that?
You did not. At least I remember.
Didn't ask that. Or by Lady Danielle's house, I suppose.
Well, I don't know about you, fellow comrades. And Leonard turns around to the others, says, I currently do not see any possibilities for us to pursue any leads on the tracks of these slain women. Now, I think the arrival of said Archmage could be of good use for us. Why don't we, in the meantime, pursue this cat trail, or at least some of us, and we then focus all of our attention onto the more pressing matters and affairs, which is, of course, this disease of the ladies tomorrow.
Well, 80 shinies is a lot to find a cat, I think.
Absolutely.
And yes, I probably would agree that we cannot investigate much more until the mage comes. I think that whatever he is able to provide, his insight will be most valuable.
I agree. There's not much else that we can really do about the murder case. Until the Archmage gets here, of course.
Alright, let's go find a cat. I'm gonna run out of the barracks. Pick me up and just go.
Okay. You grab the dog on the way out and run out back into the street.
Alright, I'm gonna just look for the cat in the street.
Alright, sure, roll perception. You never know.
Oof and Emmy, best detective agency in Cherto. That's my bio page, not core. Perception or investigation?
The perception at this stage.
Okay.
22. You
Nice!
look around. You are very, very sure there is not a cat in this street.
Mm-hmm. Just as I suspected.
Now, Wolf, now that we have full clearance and certainty that there is no cat to be found here, I wanted to ask you, have you been with the owner of the cat already? Have you seen the lady that is going to pay us that splendid sum?
No, I went to the butcher and then I saw you guys.
Now, I may suggest a very daring idea, my dear comrades. How about we visit said owner?
That would make sense.
Yeah, that sounds real smart.
Hmm.
Would probably be best, yes.
Great. Now, the question is, how do we find out? Was her address mentioned on the pamphlet that we found that we took a look at earlier?
Walk back into the guardhouse and go to the guy I was just speaking to. Be like, hey, do you know where Lady Danielle lives?
Yeah, she actually lives around the marketplace. I think she's, you head into the marketplace from this side, then you head in past the stalls on the left, and then I believe she's the one of the upper floor houses on the right.
Okay, thank you. Yeah,
You're
we know
very
where she
welcome.
is. Let's go.
Wolf, were you able to gather any intel?
Yeah, she lives by the market.
One can
Mhm.
only help but
Okay.
admire your precision, as per usual. We shall go there.
She lives like 4 houses down or something.
Alrighty, so
All right, Mr. DM, we'd like to go to Lady Danielle's house.
Yep. All right. So you head into the market. Large circuit. There's a large square courtyard with some stalls in the center of it. You're able to get a pretty decent look at some of the more usual stalls on the way through, and you can see that there are stairs leading up the side of some of the buildings, similar to what you would get in most towns where you have the shop, or at least storerooms for shops on the lower floors, and then stairs leading up to residential areas above said shops. You're able to follow directions, and you find the house you believe to be Lady Danielle's.
Right.
Okay.
Leonhard knocks on the door. Yep.
Okay. You see a small sliding peephole slide open. You see a pair of you see a pair of slightly wrinkled eyes peeking out through. Who is it?
Hello, my name is Wolf, and this is Leonhart, and we're here to find your cat.
If you do, she's not in here. If you do find her, please bring her back.
Okay, we will do that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, cool. We know she's not in there, and she's not on the road.
Perhaps we should ask more questions, like where she last saw the cat.
Leonhard just blows a lock out of his face, a lock of his hair out of his face, and is like knocking on the door again.
You again.
Where was your cat?
Not here.
Where did you last see her?
Here.
I don't think you want her to be found.
I really do.
She seems nice.
How long ago did the
hello, my dear.
incident?
Didn't see you there, right? Off to the side of the door. That would be a couple days ago. About 2.5 days ago when she last came for food, my dear.
How long is she ever gone? Or how long, if so?
Usually she comes back at night for food.
Oh boy. I know how it felt when I
would you
lost
mind
Emmy.
telling us what your cat likes to eat the most? What is her favorite dish?
Oh, well, that would be sardines.
Sardines.
I
Anything
have
special about the sardines? The way
No,
you
just-
prepare them?
Just regular sardines. Tell you what, if the young lady would like to come in, I can give you some of her special sardines to help it out. To help you out finding her.
Okay.
All right. You hear what sounds like several locks being undone from the inside of the door. The door opens ever so slightly. She gestures out. It's a kindly-looking old woman. Still quite good-looking for her age, but she
Silver
appears to
fox.
still a little hunched over from age. Not wearing any makeup, and you can see the eyes look a little bit red, potentially from crying, as she
Aww.
gestures Shivari in. Come, my dear. If you, the rest of you, wouldn't mind waiting outside, I'm not too keen on guests.
I would actually mind. Could I just take a quick peek?
I would
Stop!
really
The more
prefer-
information we get,
I would really
madam, the
prefer-
better it will be for our
Careful,
Make
she might turn you into a
Make
pig.
make a persuasion check.
Okay.
That's what Emmy did when she had unwanted guests.
20.
20. 1 second. Because I've lost a thing. It's missing. There it is. Couldn't find the NPC sheet. Found the NPC sheet. That is going to be... Alright, but just you. Just you two.
That shall suffice.
Alright, come on in.
And
She
Leonhard would
ju-
like to take a very close look at the way, the apartment looks, how beautiful it is, and stuff like that.
Okay. As you step in and have a look around, I'll let this be an investigation roll. You're looking for... are you looking for these particular details? Or just a general survey?
Looking for, of course, hints towards the cat, like if there's cat toys in there,
Okay, so
or
this is an investigation.
investigation.
Alright,
Yeah.
as you're looking around, the door is shut, and you can see the bolts, 2 bolts and a chain, and a key in the lock being turned behind you as you have a look around. There are cat toys and cat hair on the floor, and the carpets are scattered around the place. White cat hair is covering most of the stuff, including her clothes.
So this would look like a place a cat could feel comfortable in?
Looks like a place a cat has lived. Yes.
Okay, good.
She gestures through. Have a look around if you need to. Come, my dear, I'll take you to the kitchen and get some of Carol's sardines.
Alright.
Alright,
Shivari will follow her.
alright. She takes you through to the kitchen. Kaizen, Wolf, what are you doing outside?
I just turn to him and I whisper, say, they're gonna get turned into pigs.
I would hope not, but I think that lady is strange.
Oh, yeah. I'll start looking around the house for the cat.
Make a perception check.
Alrighty. I know where perception is. Oh, I find the cat!
You look around. You can't see the cat, but you do hear. It sounds like it's coming from down the small, like, I really don't know what they're called. I guess balcony, walkway, like the kind of stuff you get in like a hotel, in between the doors of apartments, for example. It sounds like it's coming from one of the slightly open windows down there.
Hey, I hear the cat. And I gesture to her, hey,
Do you?
yeah, really, yeah.
Oh, well, where do you hear it?
And I point to kind of the area I'm assuming someplace we have to go inside to.
Yeah. Also, I realize I've got the layout of this slightly incorrect. There is the stairs lead straight to a door, and you can hear it from one of the windows a floor up. There's no walkway along the outside. I've got that incorrect.
Okay.
Hmm,
Cat's upstairs.
Maybe she has multiple cats. Should probably ask.
Boom! 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 Boom!
Leonhardt, you hear this from inside the house. We'll jump back to you two quickly. So, Leonhardt, you hear knocking on the door, but before that, quickly, Shivari, you're led through to a kitchen-like area. You can see it's kind of in disarray at this point. Several, it looks like there was food being prepared, but it's just been kind of knocked over in either a hurry or frustration. In general, you can see that scattered around as she leans over, clutching her back for a cover, just like, don't mind me for a second, dearie.
Okay.
Right, yeah,
Would
you know what you
you
hear.
do you need any help?
Oh, if you want to get this, my back's not what it used to be.
Okay.
Tell you what, it's in that if you wanted to get as much as you feel you need out, I'll go get some of his toys if you think that's acceptable.
Yeah, that would potentially help.
Of course, I will be right back. Yeah, Leonhardt, you hear knocking on the door.
Hey! 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 Hey!
You can see the little you can see the little slide hatch that she was using.
Hey!
I just opened the door.
Hey!
There
Hey!
it
I heard
is.
a sound from
The
inside.
door is the key has been removed from the lock.
Ah, okay. Then I just opened the little thing.
You see the recognizable eyes
hey.
of Leonhardt.
Hey! Oh, hi, Leonhardt. Does she have multiple cats? Because I heard one coming from the floor above. I heard a cat meow. So maybe it's still in the house and just got like locked in like a room or something.
Excellent observation, Wolf. Now, keep in mind, unlike other creatures, cats do have a tendency to get scared or to get shooed quite easily. So do not make any unnecessary noise until we have certainty as to which cat it could be. Okay?
Okay, I'll be good.
And Leonard turns around and asks, "Milady Danielle, by chance, do you own more than just this one
She
cat?
is currently
or are there-
walking down the hallway towards
Oh,
you as
shoot.
this is happening
Oh,
from
shoot.
from the kitchen.
Yeah,
But yeah, she hears you and goes,
trying to find you. Do you have by chance more than one cat? And also answer me this, if you would be so kind. Are there any other cats in the house owned by other parties?
I am the only person who lives here, but yes, there is enough for cats. His name is Cat with a K, not a savage.
And 2 T's?
You're outside.
No, this is Jinxie Cat asking
Oh,
the
I
DM.
see. No Wanty.
Aww.
They do lead to, she goes, yes, of course, is that relevant to your investigation? Would you like me to show you?
Absolutely. If you could also give me another brief description of your cat, that would be most excellent.
Of course. Follow me. Begins to lead you down a hallway into a side room where you can see there's a load more cat toys along the floor. On the way, she says,
What kind of cat toys?
There's a small feather on the end of a piece of very worn-looking string on a stick. There's what looks like a small bell, just on its own. A small, what looks like round leather ball stuffed with. You can see the stuffing is starting to be pulled out of it. They all look a little worn and used.
Describe the bell a little bit more. Is
The
there
bell-
like
Oh my
a...
god!
Small golden bell. Looks like it used to be part of something else. You can see the actual hook part of it is snapped. It looks like it used to be part of another toy and has now become a toy all of its own.
Okay, so Leonhard picks up the bell with his gloves, with his gloved hands,
Yes.
gives it a nice little ring, and
It
then
tinkles.
asks Lady Danielle, Would you mind if I take this with me while we're searching for your cat? You never know. You may have to attract it or, catch her attention.
Of course, that is fine. Although I do have one other request, if that is all right.
That depends on the request.
All right. Would you be okay if your friend stayed with me for a bit? I have some tasks that need doing. Could you do me a favor and roll a wisdom saving throw?
But I need to roll a saving throw?
Yes, you do.
What kind of?
Wisdom, please.
Oh my god, that's the worst. Oh shit, not too bad.
It's a success. You don't feel any magic or anything. It sounds like a suggestion, so you can respond as much as you wish.
Which friend are we talking about? Shavati here, our lovely...
Shivari, is that her name? The pretty one.
Why don't we ask her?
Of course. Yes, let's go back through. She turns around and begins walking back down the hallway, leading the way.
Was I able to find the?
You were. There are
sardine?
several sardines and also some tuna in the cupboard as well.
I'll just take like a packet of the sardines and put it in the bag.
Alrighty. So,
Shavati,
you
our
go to the
friend,
kitchen.
Lady Danielle here, has a request for you. It is up to you to decide whether you accept or refuse. Of course, be assured that your service would be invaluable. As per usual, points to the hair, gives her a wink.
I have some tasks I struggle with. You see, as you saw, I'm not that used to getting stuff off of high or low places, and your assistance could be invaluable. It would only take a few minutes.
I mean, sure. If you need help, I don't mind helping.
That would be wonderful, thank you. Do you want to if you want to wait for a moment? Turns to you. What was your name again? Turns to Leonhardt.
Well, none of us can be without fault. That you probably haven't heard of me yet. I shall forgive you. Gives her a flashing smile. Sir Leonhard von Grieva, Homeland Security. It is my duty to protect and serve wherever I can. And as such, we immediately came to your help when you were looking for heroes to recollect your cats.
That is wonderful. Thank you very much. If you want to wait outside for your friend, I won't keep her too long. If not, then I can definitely send her after you.
That would be most excellent. Rest assured, though, that if we don't hear from her within 1 or 2 hours, I may send someone to collect her myself.
Of course, I wouldn't expect anything less. I'm sure it won't be more than an hour.
Excellent.
Leon, before you go, and I'll take out the can of sardines and hand it over. Here you go. It might be useful in finding the cat.
Oh, you got the sardines. Very, very keen. Takes a glass of sardines and holds it with a respectable distance to his nose. And then says, if you need anything, Shavati, feel free to inform me at any given time.
Okay.
Very well. I point towards Lady Danielle to open the door.
Yep, she walks you to the door. Thank you for your help. Please bring Carol back to me as fast as possible. I miss her so.
Now, one last question before we leave here, Lady Danielle, if you don't mind.
Of course, anything to bring back Carol.
You have quite the fortificated lock device here. Does it look more than standard? Like, is she protecting or locking?
There's definitely more locks on a standard door on here.
All right. Do you happen to experience any problems with bandit or other mischievous creatures here?
No, it's not that. It's just, you see, I am a widow, you see. I used to be married. And my husband was... I'm very wealthy, but I live in not a well-protected part of town, or didn't used to. And, well, my husband was killed by people who wanted to take my not too insignificant wealth, so I'd prefer for precautions, as it were.
Very diligent, very diligent. Ah, the bane of unresponded feelings. I know that feeling too well myself, so I can fully understand the situation you find yourself in.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate your help very much.
Is the door open?
She's opened the door, opens it up. Turns to Woof and Kaizen. I'd like to thank you for your help as well. Please bring Carol back safely to me.
We will do our best.
Of course.
Good luck with this, sir. I'll see you in a bit.
Okay.
I am staying to help her. She asked for some assistance.
I'm very
Okay, that's really
interested.
nice of you. I'm gonna turn to Leonhart and hold out my hand.
Excuse me, Wolf?
Oh, my share, because I found the cat.
Well, I'm pretty sure, Wolf, the way these bargains usually work is that we deliver the item, the creature, whatever the person is missing, and then receive the reward.
Wait, you didn't find the cat?
I thought you just found it.
I said there was a cat upstairs. Did you not go look?
No, I was inside the apartment and pretty
So
sure I was able to.
I heard the cat meowing upstairs, and you didn't go look to see if Carol the cat was upstairs. Leonhart, you sure have a silly way of investigating things.
Was it actually inside her apartment, or was it somewhere in another location?
The meowing that Woof heard was inside the apartment, in the room that you well, obviously you would not know this, but in the room that you were led into to get toys.
Okay. And I didn't hear, see, notice anything.
You didn't hear or see a cat.
Okay.
Did you? She said she had another cat. Did you even see the other cat? Because she said, "Hey, can your friend stay?" And did you look for it?
Wolf, there wasn't a cat inside, now that I think of it.
This is me to you guys, not Woofta,
Right.
but just right. So I heard meowing and there's no cat.
Well, maybe my eyes just... Maybe we just look
Did you
again.
look for a cat?
No, I did not.
So I told you the cat was inside and you didn't look for the cat.
I think we came to that conclusion, Wolf.
While you guys are having this conversation outside, Shavara, you've been tasked with trying to reach some stuff from high shelves. You can see the food that has been scattered around the kitchen is slowly being put back together with your help. She's regaling you stories of her late husband and her daughter that went off to Holm to study at the academy, and is just trying to talking you through all this stuff until eventually turning to, so enough about me. Tell me about yourself, dearie.
Well, I'm not from around here. I came from Olatalan. You know where that is? It's up north.
I'm afraid I've never really travelled.
Oh, well,
Only
it's
to Holm and back.
It's a fair ways away. It's to the north. And I lived with my parents on a farm, and then I wanted to, see the world a bit. So I am now on my way to home, and that is why I'm here.
It's understandable. Question: do you have your hood up at this point, or?
I still have my disguised self on.
Ah, yeah. So you still look like a
human girl.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fair enough. All right then. And so, what exactly? You seem to be travelling with a group. What exactly are you travelling for?
Well, when I came across the water and we could not go to home for reasons. They set our boat to Gomel, a dock near there, and then we traveled from there to Gomel, and that was where I met Woof and Kaizen, and we have been traveling together since to get to home.
I see. And what do you expect to find in home?
I mean, for me personally, I heard that there was a magic academy there that I wanted to go and see, and perhaps learn.
Of course. I'm a bit of a spellcaster myself. If you're interested to see a bit.
Oh, sure. Did you study anywhere, or?
No, it's natural born talent, I'm afraid. As she weaves her fingers in amongst themselves, pulls out a hang on, let me check what the component is. Pulls out a bit of fleece from a small pouch on her waist, and it materializes into what looks like a smaller version of a young ballerina, just dancing in her hand. No sound or anything, just a small ballerina dancing.
Oh, that's very impressive.
Thank you. It is just an illusion. Illusions can do all sorts of things, you know. You don't think I look this good without a combination of creams and magic, do you?
I understand. I know a little bit about illusions as well.
Of
Not
course,
much.
but you
It's not
don't.
something.
You don't use any yourself, do you? You're clearly that pretty naturally.
No, it is not the type of magic that I'm really familiar with.
Of course. Now, could you help me with this, dearie? Points at the stew on the table with a ladle in it. If you could stir that for a moment, I need to grab an ingredient.
Oh, of course. And then I'll go over and do as she asks.
Okay. You step over there. She begins rummaging through one of the cupboards. Yes. So let's see here. Here it is. So tell me, you have any family?
I'm my parents, but they are still in Oldtown.
I see. And you said you've only known your friends for a couple days.
Yes, give or take a few more than that, but not very long, no.
I see. Well then. She turns around, pulls out a small straight piece of iron from the pouch. Well then, this would be best if you were to hold still. Begins attempting to cast a spell.
Shvari is just very
Oh,
confused and doesn't know what to do.
Okay, then make a wisdom saving throw.
Oof.
You
11.
are paralyzed. You
Ah,
are
is that
under
like
the
a
effect
me?
of the hold person spell.
Oh
What's going on outside?
Well, I guess after a little bit of back and forth banter between Wolf and Leonhard being like, well, I saw the cat. Well, I didn't look for a cat, but I heard the cat. I didn't look for the cat inside. Leonhard would then just roll his eyes, slightly annoyed about himself and Wolf being so tenacious, and then just knock on the door again.
I'm gonna
Okay.
run around to the side of the house where I heard the cat and be like, "Hey!"
Okay. As you run round to the side of the house, you yell, "Hey!" through the slightly open window, and you hear in response, excuse me.
Oh my god!
I thought after the meow, someone would be like, excuse me.
As Leonhard, you knock on the door. Shivara, you find yourself held. And she looks at the knocking sounds from the door. You can't move, you can't speak. You better not move. And begins walking to the door. Just a moment! At the end of your turn, which 6 seconds have passed, you may remake the wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
I'm going to start attempting to scale the side of the house.
Make an athletics check? Leonhard, as the slider slides back on the front door. Yes?
Excuse me, Lady
Rip.
Danielle. This is extremely uncomfortable for me to admit. Being a man of such status and caliber, I may have actually forgotten to take a closer look in your apartment because one of our companions heard a cat-like sound coming out of that. Would you mind open the door again?
Don't worry, I'll get your friend to have a look before I send... At this point, Shivari, you are unparalyzed.
I immediately cast invisibility.
Oh shit, okay. Yeah, I'll ask your friend to have a look before I send her back to you.
Yep. Would you mind letting me tell her where exactly Wolf heard that sound? Because he was very specific about the location, and I actually missed it the first time I was inside.
Give me the message and I'll pass it on. She's very busy at the moment. She's helping me make supper.
What time is it?
It's approaching 4 p.m.-ish.
Okay. Interesting. I did not know Shivari had the cooking skills.
She doesn't, but she can certainly stir.
Well, my friend here just noticed Wolf is no longer in here. takes a
You
around.
you can't see. You can see from your angle, but the lady cannot see. Wolf very slowly and clumsily scaling the side of the building. There are people in the market just looking in his direction, wondering what the hell's going on, pointing and whispering amongst themselves.
Well, it was upstairs, and she should probably check some of the crevices because, as we all know, cats love hiding themselves.
Of course. I'll pass it on. Thank you again for letting your friend stay here. And with that,
No problem.
she turns around. Wolf, you're climbing very clumsily up to the top.
Poppers, don't
Shivari,
climb!
Shivari, you are invisible, but now what?
So I'm in the kitchen.
You are.
Is there a way to get just at the front door, huh? Is there any other way out that I can see? Like a
Make a
back
perception
door?
check.
Perception. Ooh.
There's the chimney with the fire currently lit. And that's the only thing you can see. It looks really tight.
Oof. Okay. I will... Do I know if there's a way to go, if there's an upstairs?
That right now, you
Did
know,
I-
you're in the way it is set up is you're in the kitchen. It leads out into the hallway, which is where Lady Danielle currently is.
Okay. Can I be in the hallway and leave enough room for her to get into the kitchen without, like, bumping into me?
You can try.
Hmm.
I can't make any promises there. That would be, I guess, a stealth check, which you would have advantage on due to being invisible.
Alright, she'll try to do that. To, like, try and be out of the way so that
Okay.
the old lady can go into the kitchen
You
without bumping
squeeze
into her.
into the hallway. Make me a stealth check.
With Evantav.
Yes, please.
18.
18. Alrighty. She walks straight past you into the kitchen.
I immediately go towards the door.
You walk towards the door. You hear an immediate "fuck it, you're not going anywhere" behind you. She's going to begin starting to look for you. You can see the key is not in the lock, and there are still 2 chains and a bolt on the door.
Is there a way to go upstairs? Is there like a stairway I can
You
take?
are upstairs now. The way I described it is
Oh, okay.
underneath there are storerooms. The house is an upstairs.
Okay. So it's just like a hallway right now.
Yes. You're currently standing in front of the door as you can see her poke her head out of the kitchen, and she's beginning to try and look for signs of you.
So is it a 1-story house or a 2-story house?
It's a 1-story house on top of storerooms for the marketplace. You're currently climbing
Okay.
up the wall of one of the storerooms to get to the house, which is on the 2nd floor.
Oh, I
first
see.
floor if you're a
Okay,
mountain,
that
if
makes
you're a mountain,
sense.
Alrighty. Yeah, she's beginning to look for signs of you. You can either keep that stealth check or roll another one if you want to. Would be with advantage no matter what. Your choice.
Yeah, I'll probably keep trying to be stealthy and kind of like up against the wall, kind of like trying to stay out of the way of her.
Okay. Do you want to keep that roll or roll another one?
Probably. I mean, 18 is probably as good as I'm gonna get, to be honest.
That's
so I'll
pretty
probably keep the
good.
18.
Okay. All right. She begins looking around. She begins looking around. You're standing in front of the door. She hasn't spotted you immediately. What do you want to do?
Can I investigate the locks to see if like I can undo them easily? Does it look like it requires?
You can try. Have an investigation.
Okay, that's what I will try. Investigation. Oof. Rolling really, really
This
well.
lock looks like it needs a key, as far as you can tell.
Just cast knock.
Don't have that. I do not have that spell, unfortunately.
It's at that point where you're bending down to have a look at it as your foot moves backwards. It's the tiniest, quietest creak. No person would usually hear it. But she looks round from looking down another hallway. There you are. And is going to attempt to... she's burning a lot of stuff. She's gonna attempt to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
That's a fail. You're gonna take 4 points of psychic damage.
Oh no!
So you feel her power rush through your hair. You're gonna have disadvantage on your next attack. You are still stealth. You are still invisible.
All right.
I think it is fairly safe to say that we should probably move into initiative at this point. So let me move you onto the map. As she sends out this spell at you, you can see the nice form changing into a green-skinned woman with scraggly hair, a long nose, with claws coming out of her hands. The nice clothes she was wearing have become tattered and ragged. As before you is a green hag.
Yikes.
Alright, roll for initiative.
Do we hear this commotion inside, or
What is your
Are
passive
we-
You want us
perception?
all to roll or just Shivari?
Currently, everyone roll, and we'll basically use the rolls to see when everyone detects stuff and jumps in once they are able to hear or see stuff.
Oh wow, what is this map?
I got 0.01 higher.
damn?
Then Leonhardt, yeah.
Oh whoops. Darn.
A little loud. Let me adjust that. There we go.
Hey, it's a cat.
It's a cat. Oh yeah, the little in the market square there is a tabaxi wandering around. You have not met him completely yet. Alrighty, so let's
Question.
answer.
Since I took damage,
Yes,
could it be a reaction to use Hellish Rebuke on her?
it absolutely can be. That is a
Okay,
thing you can do.
I would like to do that.
Of course, go for it. So it's a dex save from her, right?
I think so. I'll put it in. Should be level 2. Let's see.
Yes, it is.
Dex save. Yep.
Okay. She succeeds with a 19, so she takes half the damage, which is 23, halved to 11, because always round down.
Yeah. And that
Alright.
also, I think, breaks invisibility, because
It
it's
does.
technically an attack.
So what did you say all of your passive perceptions were, everyone else?
We did not.
What are your passive
Mine
perceptions?
is 13.
13.
10.
10. Kaizan?
Sorry, what was that?
What's your passive perception?
15.
Okay. Everyone except... In fact, even Leonhardt can see this, because this will blow out a window. As Leonhardt turns away from the house, what do you say to Woof? You look and can see Woof climbing up. Let me move Woof to where you would be. You're going to be over here. You walk down the stairs and turn towards where Woof is. You can see Kaizen still hanging around as well. What do you want to say?
Towards Woof?
Towards Woof or Kaizen? You've just come from downstairs to delivering the message.
Okay, so just to get things straight. So I heard commotion inside, right?
Not yet. No.
Okay, not
This is
yet.
basically
So,
you've just come from delivering the message to what out of character you now know as a green hag.
wait, I know now?
No, you don't. Out of character you
Okay.
know it's a green hag. In character you don't.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I see Woof starting his climb up the wall, and Leonard just rolls his eyes and not that again, and tries to posture himself towards or in front of the house, so people outside or other people who might be standing there can see his Homeland Security tabard, and he's just trying to look very neutral as to nothing to be seen here. Move along, guys.
Okay. As you all do step over there and begin trying to direct traffic, and as Woof, you are almost at the top of this climb. You all hear from inside the house a whoomph, and the windows don't shatter, but they rattle, and the door rattles as well. From Woof just above you hear the small, slightly open window is pushed open a bit more, and a very fluffy white cat leaps out of it and takes off down the street.
No, Carol, wait!
Roll animal handling?
Okay, at A for animal. Oh, I'm good at this. No, I'm actually terrible. Oh, this is the worst. I'm terrible. Ah.
Carol ceases and turns around. That will jump to that on your
Wait.
turn, I guess.
Come here, kitty. Come here. I'm just like,
I would like to
please,
point out,
please,
are you
come
doing
here.
those hand motions?
No, because
You're holding up
Dakota
the
is
side of a
not smart.
building. Alright.
I'm smart enough not to fall down.
Okay. Shivari, it is your action.
So she basically reactivated the Hellish Rebuke
Yes,
without
that
really...
was on her
Yeah.
surprise round, I would consider that.
Yeah. She didn't necessarily mean to do it. It was kind of like a reaction, like, oh
Yes.
shit.
Let me remove your ninja mask from invisibility, as you no longer are.
And she will then use thaumaturgy to make her voice louder
Okay.
so that other people can hear her and say, I need help. This is not the old lady. She's some kind of monster.
Okay.
Try and... Can I run down this way? Is this a...
You
way
can.
I can...
That is a hallway. Woof, you are the only person who hears that. As the slightly open window, you can hear what sounds like still a quite muted. Without the projection of Shivari using thaumaturgy, you would not have been able to hear this. But you do hear that through the window.
Can I react to this, or is that on my turn?
You would be doing this on your turn. This is why we did the initiatives at the start.
Okay, for sure.
Also, I realized I can't count for the Hellish Rebuke, so she did take a bit more damage. Because it should be 20... Oh, no, it is 23. So, yeah. I was right. Hooray. I can maths.
Yeah.
Alright, then. So, that's your action. Bonus?
Yeah. No.
Okay. Leonhardt, you've heard the whoomph. You can see the white cat. And woof. Talking is a free action. So
Okay.
you can talk if you want, woof. as long as it's within 6 seconds.
Okay, I just heard Javari, she really needs help. You guys gotta get in there.
Okay,
Selena Hart, you hear, whoop, Javari needs help.
just looks around, and then tosses the glass of sardines towards Wolf with a short command, catch Wolf, and then turns around and walks back to the door, I guess, which is here.
It's the stairs, yeah. Wolf, make me, I guess this would be, I'll let you have acrobatics or sleight of hand to catch while holding onto the side of a building.
Genius.
You got that.
All right.
Easy catch. Flink in your hand. You're now holding on one-handed to a windowsill with a jar of sardines in the other.
Nice.
Right, yeah,
and then I
Leonhard, you
guess
open the door.
Leonhard raises an eyebrow and nods in approval, by the way, of that spectacular catch. And then, in true Homeland Security fashion, with one of his mailed boots, trying to kick down the door.
Okay.
As opposed to female boots.
The mailed,
Okay.
the chain mailed boots.
Make
Oh, I'm dumb.
me an
I was like,
athletics
why you
check.
gotta be sexist?
Boots don't see gender. Leonhard, God. Yeah, make an athletics check.
Athletics?
Yes, please.
Okay.
12. The door shakes but does not budge. This would be considered one of your attacks, which I'm pretty sure you only have one of actually at this stage. It would be it would basically be the equivalent of a shove action.
Right. So, in order to do another kick, I would have to use action surge or something, right?
Yes.
All
You've
right,
basically
Leonhard.
done the equivalent of an attack. Basically, when you attack, you can replace any of your attacks, if you have multiple attacks, with shove or grapple.
Leonhard looks very confused at the door, and imagines that all these people in the marketplace were watching him.
Yeah, they are.
Single drop of sweat starts, sliding down his neck, and he uses action surge to basically make himself look a little bit better, and then
Okay.
tries again.
All right, you're going to kick it again, or are you going to try and hit it with something?
Gonna kick it again.
Kick it again!
Boom!
You got this. I believe in you.
Bum.
Oh.
Boosh! The door cracks at the bottom where you have kicked it. You can hear inside one of the chains cling! But it is you could probably crawl underneath if you push through and burn a fair amount of movement, but the door itself is not open, but maybe you can squeeze through. It's going to be difficult for you because you're wearing a shit ton of armor.
Yeah, Leonhard just slightly more pleased about his result there. Just leans over to the side, nods over to Kaizen, and says, "I softened it up for you."
Alright, speaking of which... you have a bonus action if you want to use it, Kendrick.
Use the bonus action to look good.
Roll a performance check?
Bonus action.
Can I use a bonus action for style points?
Bonus action pulls out his comb.
Exactly.
Is that an off? Is
Looks
that
in the
a?
little mirror.
Is that technically dual wielding? All right, yeah. Roll a performance check for me. Why not?
All right. I mean, I still do have my small hand mirror. Might as well.
Oh my god.
Our friend is dying. We will save her in style. Wait for the roll to come through.
Oh, it takes
There
that
we
long.
go.
It's
Oof.
Oh no!
Ooh.
As you do kick the door, a splinter flies up and flick into your hair. Doesn't hit you, but it's sitting in your hair and you haven't noticed. You turn around, smiling, as this piece of wood sticks out the side of your hair. Alrighty. Alright, Kaizen.
Alright. Kaizen then, seeing Leonhard kick the door and say soften it up for me. Kaizen then drops into like sprinter's sort of position, sprints at the door to shoulder charge it
Okay.
past Leonhardt.
Okay, so
Make
you're gonna
an
put
athletics
one
check.
What was that?
Make an athletics check, please.
Athletics. Yep. 19.
That's enough. Second chain breaks. The bolt still remains, but the bit of door attached to the entire bottom part of the door is now gone. The top part of the door is still there. It looks like a saloon door now, but there's enough room for you guys to now crawl inside easily enough.
Okay. He's 15, so it's just 5 feet of movement to go in.
This would be 10.
10.
Because you are
okay.
crawling.
Yeah.
You look to your you look to your left, you can see Shivari. You look to your right, you can see a slightly singed hag. You have seen these creatures before. These are the kind of things that exist around elvish forest. Usually, they are forest dwelling. Is a fey creature.
Okay. Yeah. Kaizen pulls out his short sword, takes a step forward, and will take a swing.
Take a swing. That's a miss.
Kaizen missed. What?
Guys,
I'm not shooting a bow, of course.
You ever tried playing melee Hanzo? Doesn't work.
Not the
Alright, that's your... Actually, you wouldn't have been able to make that attack because your charge would have been considered an attack anyway. So
Oh, right.
you can retract that movement if you want. Or do you want to get stuck in?
I'll go here. Kind of like try to block off this passageway.
Okay, that's fine. Bonus action?
No, just chill here.
Alright. Woof, you're hanging off the side of a building one-handed with a jar of sardines. It's sentences like these I don't get to say in real life.
I have like enough free fingers that I could like pull my hat off and like put the sardines like in the hat and then like close the sides and like put it in my teeth. Like,
You can
like
certainly
what I
try.
do-
I'd argue.
I-
The problem is, I would argue you can absolutely do it, and I'm not going to make you roll for it. But I would argue this is an intricate enough action that it would enter into the action economy. Probably as a bonus.
That is the dumbest bonus action. Okay, as a bonus action, I was like, if I'm gonna spend my action to put sardines in a hat, I'm not gonna do that.
I could swing my pike, or I could put sardines in a hat.
We're really set on these sardines for some reason.
Our friend is dying. Protect the sardines.
Or I see the cat. Can I drop the sardines and like grab the cat, or like
The
climb
cat's
up
on the
to, like,
the cat's
get
on the
her?
ground. It's about here at this point. It's looking back up. It's looking back up at you. Still looks like it wants to move, but it's looking up at you as you caught its attention.
Can I jump down and grab it?
You could certainly try.
I want to jump down and grab the cat.
Okay, make a acrobatics or athletics your choice. If you're just going for a cat and grab.
Cat and grab, athletics, or okay, yeah.
Now,
22.
it is now that I
Oh.
have to get the character sheet for cat, which does
If this
exist.
cat is going to contest my, oh my god.
Of course it is. Have you tried to grab a stray cat?
Freaking hard.
Don't lob factual statements at me.
Okay. There's now a cat on the field with just the base token. It's gonna try and leave. It's gonna
No,
absolutely fail. You grab it under the stomach because it tries to like, and tries to move away, but you grab it under the stomach with your other hand, so you now have sardines in one hand and a cat in the other.
I'm gonna make my way towards the door where I see the other two guys trying to get in.
Okay, you can see the bottom part of the door has been smashed up. Leonhardt, you see Kaizen roll in. You look to check on Wolf. See Wolf, cat in one hand, sardines in the other, walking towards you. But no movement dropping. So it is the movement you can see to get to the cat, and you can move up.
I guess Leonard would have shouted over to Wolf. Wolf, catch the cat and protect it with your life.
Okay, I am no longer moving towards the house. I have this cat, and I am cradling it and loving it for all it is worth.
Okay, understood. All right, cat is protected. I'll move you if you want to move yourself over to the cat. That is where you are.
Is it this one right here?
It is.
Okay, wow, that was a super jump. Much impressed, cat.
It jumped and started to run, and it only stopped there because you got its attention.
Okay.
Alrighty,
Okay.
that is your turn. If you want, because you didn't use bonus action to put sardines in the hat, you can feed the cat a sardine.
I want to 100% feed the cat.
Roll animal handling.
What is a natural one? You go to feed the cat and poke it in the eye?
Natural one would be the cat would try to escape.
Oh, no, kitty, don't run away. Okay, not
It's
Close.
not interested in food. It does not seem to care at all.
natural. Okay,
Very
I pet the
lucky.
cat.
Avoided it. Protect the cat.
free action pet the cat.
I'll give petting the cat as a free action. Alrighty. Green
I have a
hag.
cat.
The hag is gonna look.
I have a white cat. Where is my white cat? Jasper!
You ironically chase the white cat as the green hag is gonna take its turn. It's gonna move out. It's gonna move out and look to Kaizan in the hallway. Why do you have to interfere, dearie? And it's going to attempt to hit you with her claws. 22 to hit.
Damn.
Yeah, that
That
hits.
is 13 points of slashing damage.
Damn.
As you get slashed
hag.
across one of the arms, bringing it up to defend yourself, it goes right through the clothing on your sleeve. You look down. Those slashes look very familiar.
Noted.
Mystery
Noted.
solved.
All right. She is then going to look over to Shivari. Look at Kaizan. Look at Shivari. Okay, she is gonna. She looks out that she peeks out the door. Sees Leonhardt. He gets her attention from his yelling. Peeks out, sees Leonhardt. Curses. It's gonna risk the attack of opportunity to run to Shivari.
Yeah.
Actually, no, she isn't. She isn't. She's gonna stay where she is. She's smartish. All right, her turn is over then. Shivari.
I think Kaizen come in and the hag go after him. She will telepathically say to the hag, "You're not the only one that has a different form." And then she'll drop her disguised self and then
Neat.
cast Mind Spike.
Oof.
Into the
Okay. She looks up at the voice in her head and turns around just in time to see you complete the casting of the spell back in your orange tiefling form. Sorry, pink tiefling form, aren't you? You're...
No, she's orange.
Ah, yes.
A
Alright.
pale orange.
Nice.
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save, alrighty. S7.
That means she fails.
I had thought so.
That is 3d8. So 11,
Points
and
of damage.
I now know the target's location until the spell ends, as long as they're on the same plane of existence. And
Nice.
after feeling the mind spike land, she'll telepathically say again, "I know you can't go anywhere, because I know where you will go."
Oh my god!
You see she looked at you as she felt the attack. You can see the gears start to work in her head, and then she gets that message through and just spits on the floor as if she's thrown away an idea. Alright. Bonus action?
Nope, that is it.
Okay, Leonhardt.
Leonard steps closer, steps in. So could he attack her from the door's place, or would I have to go inside?
You would have to go inside. There is a wall.
Okay,
I'm
then
afraid.
walks
Just have a map
inside.
set up. Okay.
And I guess the hack is pretty ugly sight to behold, isn't she?
Oh yes.
Leonhard very briefly looks at the hack, sighs. He's like, can't we fight something prettier for once? Doesn't even draw his sword, instead just yells, Kaizen, finish her! And casts or uses Commander Strike. Which means, I can link that actually. Boom. When I take an attack action, I can forego it and instead order someone else to attack that target.
I thought Commanders actually was as well as the attack. Let me double check that.
No, I basically copied that out of the player's handbook. So
Okay, fair enough. So you forego your
so
attack. and-
Leonhard basically says he doesn't attack, and then can order someone else to get a bonus attack, and then can also choose, like that person can also choose which target to attack. So if there were several targets, then Kaizen could say, I'm just gonna shoot that guy now.
Okay, all right.
Alright, that creature can immediately use its reaction and make one weapon attack, so I can do it right now.
Yep.
Yes, and the cool thing is,
And
since I'm a battle master, or that's the Leonhard subclass now, he gets the superiority dice. And
Oh, I thought for sure you were a champion.
no, I chose the battle master, and
Nice.
so you can add that value of the superiority dice to your attack roll, and
Yes, there we
the
go.
superiority dice is 1d8.
Oh.
And hit with a natural 20.
Oh.
So
That's-
is superiority dice added to the attack roll or the damage roll?
Says attacks damage roll.
Sorry, to the damage roll. Sorry. So I roll that
creature immediately
1d8.
uses reaction and superiority dice to the attack's damage roll. So
Would
this
that be
is added to
doubled?
the roll. So this is doubled too. So that's an extra 12 damage on top of this. So for starters, yes, it hits. And yes, I realized it is as you say, you forego one of the attacks. That's where I got confused. So once you get extra
Yeah.
attack at level 5, then you can hit once and then command someone else to hit as well.
27 damage.
27 damage is done. Oh boy,
And you can add 6 from me.
that's with that.
Okay.
Also, it's 12 from you technically because it's doubled because that's part of the attack roll.
Oh,
Oh,
crit.
because it's crit. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sick, dude. Whew.
That was a big hit. That's your action.
And that is my action. Exactly.
Yes. Do you want a bonus? Do you have a bonus you want to use?
I can't really do anything, so that'll be it.
Okay. Kaizen, now it's your turn.
Ooh. Okay. Kaizen, after taking a big stab into this hag, will kind of posture as if he's going to step back for a moment, and then say, "Wind, guide me." And the wind starts swirling around him and cast Zephyr Strike.
Nice. Could you put that in the chat for the
Nice.
audience?
Yeah.
And also your DM, who does not play Rangers.
There. So movement doesn't provoke opportunity. Advantage.
on one weapon attack roll.
Attack, and
Wow.
extra 1d8, and walking speed increases by 30 feet.
It's a dope spell.
But
It's a pretty dope spell.
yeah. Kaizen will then move backwards 10 feet
Okay.
with the wind distracting any sort of opportunity attack that she might have once tried to do. Pull out his longbow
I thought you
and
might.
mhm, take a shot. 17?
So that's not the one with advantage.
Oh yeah, this would be.
It's
this would
only
be
it's only once you can do it before
Oh.
the spell ends. So
You can.
if you want
Oh
to,
yeah,
use
I
it
guess I already
now,
didn't do it there, so no,
Okay.
it's just 17.
It hits anyway.
Okay. Cool. That and then 1d8 from the force damage. And 1d8
No,
from
only on the attack
bosses.
once before the spell ends. You give yourself an advantage. on one weapon
that
roll.
attack.
That
Oh,
attack, yes.
right,
So it's
okay,
only
okay,
the
I
6
don't know
and the
the spell
2.
either. Yeah.
So it's the 6
Yeah,
and the
so
2.
8,
So
8 damage.
maths is hard. Who invented this? Maths? Who needs it? Sorry for the American viewers out there. Math. Alright, she's still up. But still significantly more wounded before than she was before Leonhardt's turn.
And then...
And she can't run.
there's
Wow.
Oh, she can run, she just can't hide.
Go
Uh,
over to here.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, you just peace out. You're in her bedroom. You can, in fact, see a second cat on the bed.
Ah.
There was a second cat. It looks up at you as you speed run into the room, wind surrounding you.
What color is this cat?
It is brown furred.
Noted.
Cutest fight ever.
Fighting amongst kittens. I would like to point out there is also a puppy and a weasel around the fight as well, so it is very adorable. This entire fight is adorable. Also, I would like to point out, as it is Woof's turn, Emmy is staring at the cat.
Oh, I was gonna ask where Emmy was.
She's
Can I pick
next
up
to
her
you.
leash?
Yes, you can.
Okay, or piece of rope. Can I turn to this lady next to me and be like, "Oh, could you hold this and hand her the cat, and also this? My friend's in danger."
Make a persuasion check, I guess.
Oh, please.
Leonhardt's words echo, protect it with your life.
Oh no, I don't.
You can also at that point with the door. You can also at this point with the door open hear the sounds of battle coming from inside. People are looking. Someone has shouted for the guards off into the distance.
Oh, now I'm conflicted. What do I do? What do I? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do.
Rolling for it.
Okay, I'm gonna protect the cat. I was rolling my split-second decision. Like that's what I did, and I'm sticking with it. I'm gonna protect the cat. Never mind. Seeing this lady's distaste for it, and be like, well, fine then. And I'm gonna hold the cat and pet my dog. Try to like you would be like, no, Emmy, not food, friend.
Roll animal handling.
Ah!
You haven't. You gotta start training this dog at some point. This is a good way to start
I
as
just got
any.
the dog like 20 minutes ago.
That is also true. 11? Good enough. Emmy, who looked like she was about to jump up at the cat, just calms down a bit. Stares up, still smiling though.
Oh, good, Emmy. I'm trying to make you a token, but I don't know how to make a heart.
I will see if there's a heart token. There probably should be. And if not, we can make one. Alrighty. It is the hag's turn. Having most of her quarries running away, she is going to have to go for the nearest person, which will be Leonhardt. 25 to hit is going to be 7 points of slashing damage.
Damn it! 25? Okay, 7 points of damage. That's okay, though. Damn it.
Alrighty. Alrighty, Shivari.
As an action, she'll snap her fingers and Rosie will appear. She'll telepathically say to Rosie to go and help Leonhardt. And I don't know how you want to do like Rosie's turn, if it's like after mine or during mine or.
I believe they get their own initiative usually, but for the sake of this fight, we will run Rosie's initiative on yours.
Okay.
So
basically, I tell her to go help Leonhardt, which means she just goes and gives him the help action.
okay, you have control over the token. It is next to you.
Cute.
I
can help
cannot move
action?
it.
You should be able to. Oh, I dragged in the wrong weasel. I dragged in weasel, not Rosie. What a silly Billy I am. There we go. There's Rosie.
Still can't control it.
But why do? Oh, that's why. Oh, that's why. Why you gotta be like that game?
Oh,
Fixed.
I think
Done.
yeah. So Rosie will go over to Leonhardt and provide
All right.
the back
So
end.
the help action must be to help a specific task. What do you want to help?
Aid in Leonhardt striking down the foe.
Okay, so help on the attack action.
Yes.
Okay, so Leonhardt, you have advantage on your next attack, as
Cool.
it is your turn coming up. You can see a weasel running underneath, and it begins pulling on the hag's the bottom of her trousers. She tries to move into a more defensive position, trying to keep her claws out in front of her. She can't take the step back. So the weasel's pulling on the bottom of her clothes.
So with a short glance, Leonhard looks at the weasel and, well, in what condition is the weasel? Like, is it well groomed? Is it nice and tidy, or is it more
The
like
weasel is as fresh. The weasel is. It is literally a fey representation of a weasel. It's about as perfect as a weasel can look.
Okay, nice. So perfectly groomed and very clean.
Pretty much, yes.
Nice.
It's
Leonhard
also
looks
not
at
been
it
in
and-
existence for a couple minutes, so.
Nice. A little bit confused, but nods at the weasel and then tries to land a mighty swing onto the hag and saying, "Get your hands off me!"
Hey, you have advantage.
Oh shit! I forgot about the advantage. So I just do another one.
Yes.
Damn it!
Still a no. Still a no. It's not even that bad a modifier. I mean, it's no
I
plus
tried.
9 like Kaizan, but it's not a terrible modifier.
I tried to help.
Oh dear. Alright, that's your action.
That
You
is
have a
my action.
bonus if you want it.
Nope. Don't have my action search anymore. Damn it!
Oh dear. Alright, Kaizan.
Alright, just briefly before Kaizen leaves this current room, I'll take a moment to look over it. And does he see anything weird in this room? As it's like a hag's bedroom, or does it look like normal? Is there any weird shit?
It would have to be a roll to just a general look around the room. The room looks relatively normal. It would
Yeah,
be a
very-
roll to
very
check more
general.
closely.
No, just very general look. Just like anything like blaringly out of place. there's not.
Nothing blaringly out of place that you'd be able to do
Okay.
without a roll.
Kaizen zooms back here, sees the hag. Longbow still in hand, goes to take another shot.
Okay.
This time with the advantage.
All right, and the extra damage.
Yeah,
Barely
18.
hits.
Alright. So 13 plus
The D8.
Colossus Slayer plus
yeah.
the D8 from the thing.
Oh, jeez.
So
Aw.
is that
That is
21,
25,
27,
31.
27 more damage.
27? Hang on. 13 plus 8
21
is 21 plus 6. Oh
six,
yeah, 27. Wow, I can
27.
count. Well, she's more up than I thought, but still not looking good. She is not looking
Alright.
healthy. She's having a bad day.
And rest of the
Aw.
movement to go here behind that wall.
Okay.
And that will be it for Kaizen's turn.
Okay. Woof. At this point, Woof, you from your vantage point can see, or at least hear, the sound of clattering as you can see guards running down one of the alleyways. They're not here yet, but will be here next round.
Are you guys okay in there? Should I come help?
Protect the cat.
Okay. Pet the cat.
Pet the cat. Okay.
Helping!
Alright, it's the hag. The hag looks to you all. Is gonna Alright. Her form changes from the hideous green form. She changes back into the old woman. Looks to Leonhardt. it's so terrible how these horrible people have been attacking me in my home, isn't it? Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh my god. Always
You
wisdom.
you have advantage because you are hostile, I believe.
Okay.
I'm gonna believe you're hostile.
To her, of course.
Oh no!
You feel friendly towards Lady Danielle, and it is really terrible how these people have broken into into her house and have started attacking her.
Mm-hmm.
Shivari.
So she said that out loud, right?
She did, yes. And has
Okay.
changed her form back into the old lady.
I will telepathically again to the hag. So are you the one that killed those people? Is that what you are going to try to do to me? And then I'll shoot an eldritch blast at her.
Make the attack.
Eldritch blast.
Eldritch Blast. Hit.
21.
She is barely upright.
I believe in you.
I don't think she can respond telepathically, can she? Or...
I don't think so. I think it's just I mean, it
one
says
way.
communicate telepathically. Yeah, I think they just hear me.
Okay. She looks up after taking the hit and just yells out, "Help! Help! Somebody please help!" Leonhardt, this woman needs help.
Damn it.
Oh!
So Leonard looks very confused and sees this old lady
Oh
being
wait,
surrounded.
sorry. Excellent point from chat. You no longer feel that this lady is in danger. You recognize her as the hag.
Okay. Well, for a short moment, Leonard thinks to himself, I thought I would have to protect this old lady. Weird. And then it looks at Kaizen, gives him a gallant, flashy smile and says, "Finish her." And then
Commander
goes for
strike.
another Commander Strike. And my D8 is going to be 7.
Alright.
And Kaizen gets an attack.
Kaizen attack from this angle, I would think. Just
You,
like
from the angle you're at,
peeking
yeah, you
from-
can lean out the door.
Yeah.
You're allowed to
Alright.
lean in your squares.
15.
15's a miss.
Damn it.
Wait, does it have...
No, it's only the bonus
No.
to the attack.
Only
It's from
bonus,
damage, sorry,
okay.
not the attack.
Yeah, okay.
Alright. The bonus
no
action,
misses.
Leonhardt.
Bonus action. Leonhardt looks irritated. Eyes wide open. Can't believe Kaizen just missed a shot.
Alright, Kaizad.
She's an old lady form
She is.
and screamed for help.
Why have the guards? Why did that guard come up with no image? That's weird. Alright.
They don't want to help.
Help!
They want
Help!
to do
Please
that.
help! Ah, sod it. Who cares?
Alright.
We heard a cat was in danger. We're here to help.
Has anyone seen a cat around here?
Kaizen will set down his bow, walk over to the hag in old lady form, and try to grapple.
Okay. Make an athletics check.
8.
8. She gets to use athletics or acrobatics. She's absolutely going for athletics.
By the way, for future reference, if I use Commander Strike, the target can also just deny and say, no, I don't attack, or whatever. Doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, she's gonna succeed. You are not able to grapple her.
Alright.
Strong for an old woman. Pushes you off.
Damn.
Not able to get the grapple, but Kaizen will remain there to try to prevent her escape.
Okay. Woof, the guards have arrived up to are just coming up to you at this point.
Hey, you guys said that we could bring the cat to you if we found it, right?
What? We told her there was a woman in danger.
If she was missing her cat.
Help, help, help me! From inside. In a second, civilian. They've used all their they've used a little bit. Actually, yeah, they're gonna use their action to dash. To make it to... Oh god. My brain's being a little slow tonight. There we go. Let me make it to there. The one at the back who is just passing Woof, even with his dash, just turns around and goes, "Cute cat, cute dog."
Don't worry, kitty. I'll protect you.
It is your turn, Woof.
Can I, like, I'm gonna move over. Like, I can, yeah, 30 feet. Take Emmy with me, of course, still holding the cat. Just
Yep.
I can't move the cat token.
I got it.
Hey, you guys still okay in there? Anything I can do to help? Like, we're just kind of hanging out.
Wolf, you're doing a god's job out there. You're a good lad. Just keep an eye on the cat. This matter will be resolved in a second.
I'm a good boy, yeah.
Alright. The hag is going to use her action to disengage. And is going to run down the stairs. So 5, 10, 15, because moving through Leonhardt.
Attack of...
No, that's her action. The action disengage prevents attacks of opportunity. It means you can't attack or do anything else other than talk or use bonus actions, but you can't take attack of opportunity for the round when you disengage. Alright, she's gonna move out and run up to one of the guards. She's bleeding. She looks rough. She's hobbling along. Grabs onto the guard. Please help me. These strangers broke into my home and are trying to rob me.
I just wanted to give her a cat back.
Her deception was not amazing. The guard's insight was worse.
Oh.
Luckily, there's 5 of them. And everyone else worked it out. The guy at the front was like, seems legit to me. The other's like, we should hear we should hear both sides of this story. But they are still very confused at the bleeding old woman, Shivari.
Seeing her run out.
Yeah, you're currently
Shivari
standing
will-
at 5 feet away, like 5 feet below you. There is an open window, a slightly open window, not big enough for you to climb through, but that's where the cat disappeared through.
Okay.
you can see
Seeing her go
outside.
downstairs, she will use Mask the Many Faces to disguise herself again as the human girl. And then let me check movement. We'll try to get to the stairs and telepathically to the hag again. I bet it makes you very mad that I wasn't as pretty as the other girls, huh? Well, that I was just an illusion. And then say out loud to the guards, that is not an old woman. That is a hag, and she is the one responsible for killing in this town.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. 22.
Nice. This is the most 22s I've ever seen in one game.
It's a very consistent number. Well, that is magnitudes higher than the hag. As they look up at the one at the front. Even he, who was taken in by the hag, looks up and is persuaded by you. And is like, "What? Are you sure?"
Yes. She is disguised. She is actually a hag.
Okay.
She
Well,
is
their
not
action
what she
comes.
seems.
Their action comes up in a second. You have a bonus action if you want it.
No.
Okay.
That is all she will do.
Leonhard.
Leonhard follows and just postures himself right behind the hag. I guess she doesn't move anymore, the hag that is.
No.
Or the old woman.
She's already had her turn, so she's moved up to them. So yeah, that's where she is.
And then in one of those Hollywood movies where the cops have arrived, but there's this one FBI agent, pulling out his badge. Only the badge is not a badge, but it's a scroll of pedigree.
Yeah.
And holds it up and says, Homeland Security here, Leonhard von Griever. I command you to help me arrest this old woman. She is to be taken into prison for several crimes. One of them being kidnapping and allegedly killing several innocent civilians, and the other one is tormenting cats.
Okay.
And holds it like.
All right. You can see them. They're starting to. They have their weapons out already. We can see a couple reaching for shackles. Kaizan.
Kaizen will... Collect his longbow first of all,
Okay.
and then move to the entrance of the door. And if the hag, readies an attack for if the hag transforms and tries to attack or something. Readies an attack for that point. If she tries to if she tries to attack and not just run. If she runs, then you won't attack right away. But if she tries to attack somebody, then you will.
Okay. All right. So that is your turn. The guards move before Woof, and they're going to attempt to put shackles onto the hag. They're going to try. The hag is certainly going to resist. I was about to say they probably got her with a 20, but she rolls a natural 20. So is not being put in the shackles and wriggles free. It is Woof's turn.
Hearing that she torments cats, I'm just gonna snuggle Carol closer and pat her on the head, and then kind of reach down, pat Emmy, and be like, "Don't worry, kitty, I won't let her torment you anymore."
Roll an animal handling check.
Oh. Hey!
You're probably keeping this cat.
Hey!
Another
Alright.
animal added.
Animal.
Gotta catch them all.
Alright. Pocket monster manual. Alright. On the hag's turn, seeing everything isn't going her way, she's gonna look around and turn invisible.
Oh my.
While invisible, she leaves no physical evidence of her passage. So she can be tracked only by magic. As such, Shivari, you are the only person who sees the hag make her way through the commotion up to here. Just around the corner. And it is your turn next.
Alright. I will chase after her. And then I know where she is, so I would be able to throw a spell at her, right?
Yep, you can basically see a mark where she is, so aiming at that general area.
All right.
I'd say it's gonna be disadvantage. It's
Okay.
still, you're aiming at a dot basically, as opposed to a large body.
All right. I will still try.
Okay,
Disadvantage.
it's a miss.
Does not hit.
Both would have missed. Okay.
I will say out loud though. I can track her. She is going this way. She is invisible right now.
Okay. I assume Rosie is following you, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
She's with me now.
Yes. Leonhardt.
Okay, so Leonhard first off shouts over to Shavati, Shavati, where'd she go?
You see an orange blast come out of Shavari's hands and go off towards one of the alleys.
Okay.
That way.
Follow the eldritch laser pointer.
And I guess, okay, so Leonhard probably understands that she turned invisible, right? It's not
Yes,
like
you literally saw her turn invisible in front of your
okay.
eyes.
Good. And then he moves on over here and
Yes.
tries to, like, with a flash of brilliance, pulls out the bottle of fine wine that he still has in his backpack, and just, to the best of his ability, in that direction where the hack goes, just sprays all over and hopes to hit her with it.
That's so smart.
That's interesting, because the wording on this ability is interesting. I mean, the wine, you throw it out far enough that it definitely catches her, and you see it hit something, but as it hits something, as the other wine flies past, the wine that hits something disappears. The text is, any equipment she wears or carries is invisible with her, so I assume that's just anything on her body. It's a vague terming.
Okay, yeah.
But
But
that's how I'm
don't you
gonna have to do
become uninvisible if you get hit?
I would argue this is not an attack. Wine attack!
Have you ever
no,
been
no,
hit
no.
with a bottle? It hurts.
No,
You've
you
never
don't
been
become.
in a bar fight?
You don't become uninvisible if you get hit. You become uninvisible if you hit.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Oh,
also,
that's
I would say,
dumb.
like,
Wow.
Leonhard was pouring the bottle. He was not throwing the bottle at her.
Yes.
So he was pouring the wine towards...
So what you can see, you get a good idea of where she is as you see wine disappear as it hits her.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. That was my move.
All right. Kaizen. You see everyone run off in this
Alright.
direction.
I guess the
Yeah.
wine spraying was my attack action, right? So
It would be. You're grabbing a
Yeah.
bottle of wine and then
right.
swinging it around, pouring it over this woman's head, over this hag's head. Kaizen, as you
Oh,
round the
that
corner,
did
you can
really
see
annoy you.
a puddle of wine with a single dry area in the center of it.
Kaizen will aim at the center of that area.
Okay, it's still disadvantage because they
Yeah.
are still invisible, but between this, Shivari, you're all knowing where it is.
Disadvantage. Take a shot. 18.
That's a hit.
Hit for 7 piercing damage plus 6 Colossus Slayer.
And as has become a theme for Kaizen, how do you want to kill it?
Then just aims towards the center of this dry sort of area, dry spot. Probably just shoots her in the chest,
Yep,
side chest
straight.
area.
The arrow shoots through, thunk, turns invisible for a second, and then turns revisible along with the rest of the hag. As the illusionary form is dropped, the white hair turned red with wine that has just been poured over it. As she falls to one knee, turns around, looks up at you all. It was so beautiful. Looks at Shivari. You would have fit in, and dies.
Monka shake.
That is the end of combat.
Pepe hands.
It was at that time that Leonhard realizes it was a Penfold Grand Hermitage, 40 years old, fine wine that he just splurged on that one.
Alrighty. I mean, I really want to retract what I said and go with chat and goes, and I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids, your dumb dog, and my own cat. Alrighty. Oh, and a weasel. Fucking hell, it's becoming a menagerie. Alright, you're out of combat. The hag lies dead on the floor. The guards come up. Is it dead?
It should be, yes. When hags die, their form reverts back into the original.
Well, that was unexpected. Good job. I'm sure we...
Mhm.
Do you have... I believe, turns to Leonhardt. I believe you said this... You believe she was the killer as well? Do you have any evidence of that?
Well, first of all, it is another day in which justice and most importantly beauty prevails, good sir. We took care of that. The lady is indeed a vile creature, as you can undoubtedly see, and we've had, and he tries to, he's trying to play that role very convincingly. We did indeed get several hints as to this woman not only doing unpleasant things to cats, but also because of her presence as a malevolent and mischievous old goblin. Was it a goblin hag or just?
No, it's just a hag.
Just a hag.
A hag is a fey creature.
Right.
Yeah.
And as it is in this creature's nature, they deceive and they lure and they bait innocent people into their evil plans. And as such, I would like you to assist us, perhaps, in investigating her lair, and points towards that house a little bit more thoroughly, so we can further investigate.
Well, that seems like a job that we should be doing. He points to two of the guards. You two take the corpse back to, well, the station for now. But if we can find out that this was who killed those women, I think it might be better on display.
She did seem quite obsessed with pretty women, which goes along with the victims.
Oh, is that so, Shivari? You gained any insight on that?
That seems to be what she was after. That is why she tried to keep me. She thought I was beautiful, or whatever.
And let me tell you, Shivari, for once this creature was right, and gives her a gallant flashing smile.
She just kind of has like a sad smile on her face. Also, if you check her claws, they will probably match up to the wounds on the last victim. It seems to be...
Kaizen holds up his arm at the claw marks on his arm shoulder area.
Those do look pretty similar.
Gestures to them.
Claw marks like that should match up to the wounds that one of the victims that you still hold the body of.
Well, if any of you need taking care of, if you head with my two privates back here to the station, then they can take a statement from you and we can provide some medical attention. If any of you want, it looks at Leonhardt. Are these lot working for you?
Sorry, someone was just trying to call me and I had looked away. So what was he saying?
Are these lot working for you?
What is he referring to?
The rest of the group.
Okay. Yes, these fine people are with me.
Well, if any of you want to go back to the station, we can provide medical attention, or if any of you want to help us search the house first for any more evidence, then you are more than welcome to as well.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, sir. Wolf, I'll leave this up to you to take care of the cat, to protect her, as we said.
I'll do it, Chief.
Good. Then you shall bring that cat back to our shelter. You can even tell Buddy about her, or him.
Okay. So who's looking for the house, basically?
Yeah, Leonhardt would of course go with the guards and invite the others to do so as well.
Okay.
When you guys are in there looking for stuff, could I get some of the cat things?
We can certainly grab anything, grab a toy or two. Is this her cat?
Oh no, this is my cat.
Oh, all right, I'm sure. All right.
It's my cat now.
Good for you.
Thank you.
All right. So, anyone who wishes to search the house, please make me an investigation check, and put yourself in a room and say which room you're checking in. Roll me investigation.
And Leonhard would go here.
So, Kai's in the bedroom, Leonhard in the kitchen. Shivari, you checking anyone? Anywhere? Sorry.
No.
Okay.
Shivari will kind of walk off by herself and kind of go across, or like kind of hide away on the other side of the building, kind of thing, like over here
Aye.
by herself.
Okay. All right. Kaizan, with this, with that roll, you're not able to find much. Not much better for Leonhard either, other than finding Kaizan. You're able to find several changes of clothes, some very dirty shoes, even though the ground outside is mostly cobble as opposed to dirt. Leonhard, you're able to find what appears to be some very precise-looking knives that don't look like they belong in a kitchen.
Okay.
If you
Is that
wanna-
what was in this chest by her bed? Or...
Oh, no, you can, that is locked. You can attempt to open it if you wish.
It's locked. No, guys, I'm gonna leave it for now.
Okay. If y'all want to check another
Do these
room.
knives look like combat knives or throwing knives?
Medical knives.
Oh, okay.
So more scalpel-esques.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. So you
Interesting.
can both make one more roll if you wish.
Yeah, Kaizen will search around for a key to this chest.
Okay. Make another investigation. 15.
Guess
You
Leonard would do the same if Kaizen tells him about this chest.
Yeah. Probably mention.
Kaizen, you're able to find the key. It is as you're searching through the bookshelves, you're able to find it underneath one of the books. The book itself
Leonhard.
appears to be a blank journal. Some of the other books, the majority of which appear to be romance novels.
A blank journal. Kaizen will take this.
Okay. And you now have the key. You're able to use that to open the
And-
chest. Inside, you
Yep.
find 18 platinum. And
Damn.
you find 18
Nice.
platinum and 260 gold pieces.
How much gold is one platinum?
10.
10.
Whew.
So 18 platinum and 260 gold.
Yes.
Kaizen will take 200 gold and 15 platinum.
Okay. Alrighty. With that high of an investigation check as well, I'll carry that one over. You can see that the chest itself has what appears to be a false bottom.
Kaizen will check the false bottom.
Alright, you reach underneath after shifting the coins out of the way, taking the majority of the money. You lever it up, and underneath you can see what appear to be small paintings. Very small, like wallet-sized paintings of several women.
Kaizen will take these and yeah, once Kaizen concludes looking around, then take them to the guards.
Alright. You meet back up. They've looked through as well. You can see they're holding what appear to be several blood-stained cloths, as well as what appears to be a couple small, expensive-looking belongings. Yeah, the gestures. They're talking amongst themselves as you walk up to them. Did you find anything?
Hand over the paintings.
You can check through them.
These were these were hidden away. Perhaps have some significance. Perhaps are the people that she has killed. I know not of what they look like, but
These are
you would
definitely
know
victims,
better.
all right.
Well, had paintings of them, so that is some sort of evidence.
Yeah, gonna be honest, that's probably enough on its own. Where'd you find these?
There was a locked chest in the bedroom, and it was in a false bottom part.
Yeah, exactly. Who keeps
Yes.
painted photos of women who have died in a false bottom of a locked chest? What innocent person?
None.
Well, it's a good job you solved this. We were thinking we were having to bring in an expert detective. And I really didn't want to do that. Last time it went poorly.
Is his name Sherlock, and is he from home?
His surname is Sherlock, actually, yeah. Sherlock from home. His first name is Noshit.
Oh, no shit. Really?
Noshit Sherlock from home.
Oh!
Alright.
Well, my dear men, I think we
My
can now
intelligence
conclude
is
this
8.
case. And it is yet again another victory for the valorous and virtuous. But that is, of course, to be expected when Sir Leonhard von Griever, Homeland Security, takes on the case, supported by his companions, of course. Now, would you be so kind and escort us to your superiors so we can collect a much-deserved reward?
Of course. If you want to follow me, we can offer medical attention. Where's your other friend?
You mean the
The
girl?
the redhead girl, yeah.
That is a good question. Let me take a look. And Leonhard would probably just wander around and call out
Okay.
for Shivati.
Her
Okay,
hair is actually brown in.
Oh,
human
in the
form,
sky.
by the
Sorry.
way.
Yes. All right, my bad. Yes. So what are you doing down the alley?
Leonhard is
he's
looking for
just
Shivati.
sitting down by herself in a bit of shock after everything just occurred. So she's just composing herself as
Okay.
best that she can for a
Leonhard,
17-year-old girl.
You come around the corner and see. You're able to see just from around the corner the butt of a small weasel. As you go around the corner, you can see it attempting to nuzzle into Shivari's arms.
Okay. Leonhard gets closer to Shivati and kneels down on one knee. And then says, Shivati, is everything okay?
Yeah, it is okay. I am fine. Did you find anything?
Absolutely. We found strong evidence leading towards the conclusion of the creature, this hag, being indeed what we thought she would be. We can now say that this case has been closed and we're about to collect our reward. Would you be so kind as to walk with me? And he offers like an arm to her to get up.
Sure. And she'll take his arm and stand up.
Okay.
Okay.
With
And then
that,
he
unless there's
just continues to say, like, you did really well in that fight, and without you, we couldn't have done this, and you continue to be a very valuable member of this group. Tries to cheer her up a little bit.
Thank you. Although in this case, she was misled by an illusion, so I suppose it worked out in the end, though.
So, with that, you guys are all led to the station. We'll treat that as our halftime break. I did not expect you guys to go there first. Quite frankly, I feel thoroughly bamboozled.
I mean, you're bringing the cat, man. People have to take care of the cats.
Yeah. when
Don't
for the
you
cat.
guys feel silly being like, that's a dumb mission. We're not gonna go on that. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. Everyone okay? That was potentially a little weird in
Oh
terms
no,
of
I thought it was
storytelling.
phenomenal. The more I was like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Oh my god, what's gonna happen? That was great. I loved it.
Failed
Yeah.
my wisdom saves. Oh no.
Oof. There was a lot of failed wisdom saves there.
the very first,
Yeah.
you're like, Leonhardt make a wisdom save, and I was like, ah.
That's where everyone starts to panic. You have no idea how tempting it was to believe chat and have the cat be the killer, but I stuck to my guns.
No, that would be sad.
A werecat. Yeah. Shivari, sorry for trying to take your face. Yeah. The illusion was interesting, but just so you know, the hag did not change her facial expression when the illusion dropped.
Oh, you're beautiful no matter what.
And that is what she meant at the end there.
Well, Javari has her own opinions on herself.
That's fair.
Aww.
Alrighty then. Well, chat, we're going to head to a quick break. When we come back, we will be dealing with the aftermath of that and money as the reward for saving the lives of who knows how many women to come. But for now, we'll head to a break.
Platinum that somebody found.
Sorry, say again.
Like platinum that somebody found.
Yes, the guards went in early and said that the woman had like 1 platinum and like 60 gold. She didn't have anything.
She couldn't even pay the full 80 price.
Yeah,
Three
she's trying to rip you all off.
platinum
Alrighty, so, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to head to a quick break. You guys are once again deafen and give you an R for, ask for an R when we're ready to go back live. Everyone else will be back shortly after this break. Alrighty, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back for part 2. Ooh. Before the break, our party solved a mystery of who had been killing some poor women around the town of Cherto. Turned out to be a green hag that was discovered via a very, very close to dangerous scenario. Some tricky charm tricks from the hag, and she would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for the fact that you guys are badasses. So, you are all led towards the guard station in town. Is there anything you would like to do on the way? It's a short walk, maybe 10-15 minutes.
I guess Leonard is just trying to look as important as possible, trying to wake the impression of leading these guards towards the guard's house.
Make a performance check.
Does he still have the piece of wood in his hair?
Absolutely.
Does Shivari notice that he has a piece of wood in his hair?
What is your passive perception again?
I mean,
11.
Leonard is wearing a man bun, so this would fit so well. Like,
Yeah,
boom, just right in the
sticking
bun.
11, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're able to catch a glimpse of it, but it's hard to tell whether it's intentional or not.
Well, knowing that he didn't have it in his hair before. Leonard, you have something in your hair? Is that on purpose?
As Leonard and everybody just walks and strides, Leonard doesn't even look at Shivari. Here's what she says, though. Just continues to smile, to the civilians around there and just mumbles, "Remove it. Please, remove it."
Shivari will try to take it out with, without seeming too obvious that it's something that he didn't want in his hair.
Okay, it's like a fan check.
Okay. Not the best at that. The
Boom!
best at that, never mind.
You're pretty damn close to being the best at that. One away. Yep, easy enough. You're able to. As you look around, you look to shield the sun from your eyes, and while you're there, pull a little bit of wood out of Leonhardt's hair.
You can give him a nod, like it's
I try to walk as gallantly and impressive as Leonhardt whilst holding my unruly puppy and my cat, who I'm assuming at this point is trying to escape as I've been holding it for 20 minutes.
The cat's pretty chill. It's fine eating the sardine. And with the natural 20 animal handling, it's happy just to chill in your arms for a while. It's just on a journey at this point.
Okay, so we got a hat in one hand and an unruly puppy on the other. I'm just like, yeah, I'm also as good as Leonhardt.
Alrighty, you're led up to the guard post, where you're all sat down. Stop pinging me NPCs.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you could do
that. Just random civilians. Hey, what you doing? You sit in the guard post, and you're all given bits of parchment to write down your statements of exactly what you did see. I assume you're all telling the truth. If anyone wishes to embellish, then please let me know if there's any changes to the truth that you would like.
I can confirm that Carol is the softest, cutest, fluffiest whittle baby ever.
Okay.
Shivari writes a very detailed, thorough report. It's completely factual and to the point.
Does that include your illusion droppingness?
No. She
Okay.
admits that.
Alrighty. Anyone else?
Leonard makes it sound pretty heroic, actually. Like, exaggerates the ugliness of the hag, the abilities, and how the fight went, of course. Yeah.
Okay. Kaizen?
Cousin just pretty straightforward. Was a hag.
Killed it.
Lured Shivari in. Started attacking. We went in, killed it. Checked the
Alright.
place. Found some pictures. Now we're here.
Found absolutely no money.
A little bit of gold there. I left it there.
Okay, Leonhardt roll performance, Kaizan and Shivari deception. It's a ridiculously low DC because people are going to be reading this, but it's basically matching it up to each other's notes.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, as they're read and looked over, no one else saw Kaizan in the room with the chest, so Kaizan's passes easily. Leonhardt, it matches up well enough to be believed. And Shivari, Leonhardt, would you have included Shivari dropping into tiefling form, considering you have seen her change form before she entered this city and been told
absolutely not.
why? Okay, so yes, that passes as well. Like I said, super low DC, we're talking like 5, which means you would have had to roll on that 1 to fail. Alrighty.
So let's do that.
After these are all collected in, everyone has you're left sitting around for a while until what looks to be a very almost as his armor is a little shinier than Leonhardt's because he has not been in combat today. He is wearing a shield with the symbol of a House Cadred on it. He steps out, lifts pulls off his helmet, which has a big, long red plume coming out the back. He lifts off his helmet and places it down onto one of the chairs. Good day, everyone. My name is Lord Martinez Cadred.
I'm gonna turn to Leonhardt and be like, "Is he your big brother?"
Quiet, Wolf. Leonhardt just responds very politely, actually, very well-mannered, as he recognizes this man's political status, I guess.
Yeah.
Says, "Good day, sir. Sir Leonhardt from Griever, Homeland Security, reporting in.
He gives you a salute.
We took care of a case that has been plaguing your town for several months now, actually. We took care of the person in charge of all these murders on women."
As I have heard. I have read the case reports. Sounds like quite the interesting factor, especially as hags do not usually come so far into civilization, preferring to stay most of the times out in the woodlands, as it were. We appreciate your assistance and help, and we're so sorry that it took your assistance and help to solve this. I would like to think my men are capable of such actions, but it seems not. You see a guy lean out from behind him with a slight annoyed look on his face and leans back in again.
Don't be too harsh on your men, my lord. Compared to a man of my stature, compared to Sir Leonhardt von Griever, a mere man oftentimes has a hard time looking decent. And of course, the companions I travel with are no slouch either. Very capable men and women.
So I see. Also, left-handed salute. The cameras are reversed, so so everyone knows right hand, left hand. Well then, well, I once again very much appreciate your efforts, and of course, you will be rewarded. Not only with the monetary value that we had promised, plus a little extra, but also I would like your permission, if it might be, to run a small celebration in all of your honors. This serial killer / hag has been terrorizing our town for quite a while, and I think the people would do well to enjoy something to celebrate.
Say no more, my lord. It would be an honor, wouldn't it? And turns around to the companions.
If you think it is beneficial.
Shivari?
It sounds nice.
Excellent. Now then, this would of course be in your honor, so as such, what should I call you all when I announce you to your soon-to-be adoring public?
Kaizan.
Kaizan it is.
Oh, you could call me Wolf,
It is-
but I also want you to acknowledge Emmy and Carol.
Woof, Emmy, and Carol. It shall be.
My name is
Thank you.
Shirabai.
How do you say that? How do you say that again?
Shavarai.
Shavarai, as it is.
Shavari.
Shavari, of course.
Unless you want to be a
Leonhard.
group.
So Leonhard von Grieva, of the Grima family.
Sir
She gives him-
Leonhard
Does him
von...
a signet ring very proudly.
Marvelous, marvelous. And does this little grouping up have a name? Would you like a moment to think about it?
Leonhard pulls everybody. Just a moment, me lord.
Of course.
And pulls everyone into a huddle and starts whispering, "It has come to this point that our names will be heard in the entirety of the town. This is, without a doubt, the most important point of our yet young adventure companions. We need to choose a name very wisely." And he looks very sternly, very seriously to Woof. Says, "Woof, this is important. We need to come up with something good."
As you're leaning forward, Emmy jumps up and licks your face once.
Mine?
Yeah.
What kind of puppy? What kind of
A
puppy
golden
was Emmy?
retriever.
Golden retriever. Leonhard suppresses an outcry and it's just like twitching his face and it's like, "Not now, Emmy."
Do you have any name suggestions? I'm not exactly. I'm pretty new to this kind of thing.
Kaizen looks around to the 3 animals present. Is, well, we are something of a zoo, apparently. Perhaps something relating to that.
We're fantastic beasts.
And we can find them?
We have certainly found them.
We are the finders of fantastic beasts.
Leonhard, do you have any suggestions?
Leonhard is like rubbing his chin, like really into this. Chat, this is your chance to become some.
My vote is Motley Crue. Motley Crue is the best one.
I like the griefers, but it's a little bit too
Griefers.
Leonhard thinner.
Yeah.
So
Another of Adventurous Team League.
There's definitely some griefing happening.
I like Team League. Guess we can just roll a dice.
Roll the dice.
Menagerie of Adventurers. That's also a good one.
Or the HGC. But not Heroes Get
What does it
Chased.
stand
Gotta think
for?
of something else. I didn't think that far ahead.
Heroes griefing.
Cities all over the world.
Griefing cities.
Heroes guiding cats.
That is amazing.
Heroes getting treasure. Extraordinary League of Heroes. The G Team. Heroes Grieving Club.
Oof.
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 Uh,
I was a little too close to home.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like Heroes guiding cats.
What a wonderful sentence. That's a great decision in character.
Heroes go caving.
Oh my god, that's the one! That's the one! It doesn't get any better than that!
All right.
Alright, you break out of your huddle. He looks at you expectantly. So, what may I call you?
Leonard bows before Shivari and leaves the honor of presenting the name to her.
Heroes go caving? HGC?
A
For a short-
peculiar name, but I like the succinctness of the letters. That'd be good for marketing.
Theoretically, yes.
It's an inside kind of-
Oh, you should tell my friend that.
It's an inside joke between us. Of
I see.
sorts.
Yes, I am curious. Perhaps you will tell me over an ale during the party.
Perhaps.
Wonderful.
Well,
Well,
not much
you-
of a joke, actually.
well, do any of you need any healing? We do have a healer on staff here.
Kazan raises his arm.
Okay.
Follow mark.
A middle-aged looking human woman comes out. So you can see the white just starting to creep into the roots of the hair. The hair itself, more of an auburn color. But she comes out, she has a healer's kit, but seems very proficient with it and is able to heal you all for a d6 plus her wisdom, which in this case will be everyone who needs healing, that is.
Mm-hmm.
A d6 plus wisdom, which in this case is going to be 10. So you're all healed for 10 hit points.
Nice.
Lit.
Have we been resting for an hour?
You have also had the
Yes.
time to take a short rest, yes.
Yay! Spell slots.
Alrighty. So, you are requested to hang around, but to come to the area outside the you can go wherever you want in the city now, but you are requested to come back to the the palace before nightfall, as there will be a night party. I was going to say a night fight, but that is not the case. Jesus. Please do not whistle into the microphone, that made me jump so much. And on the way out, Martinez Cadred comes to you and says, "And now, of course, would you like your award now? Or would you like it presented in comedy check form?" No, he doesn't say that. Would you like it now or presented in front of the crowds at the party?
I'd like some, please. I have some things I need to get.
Of course, of course. Now, I believe the promised amount was significant, but you have been a great help to this city, so... goes into his bag. Here is 1,000 gold for each of you. I hope that was more than the initial price was
Holy
supposed to
crap.
be. Was
Yeah,
that-
I think so.
yeah,
I think we're
so.
okay.
Alright,
Wow.
you're getting 1,000 gold
Yeah.
each. And the Cadred family is in your debt.
Many thanks.
I need to make my way over to the leathersmith, if there is one.
There is a tanner and whatever another term for somebody who works with leather is, leather worker, something like that. Yeah, there is one definitely in town. You have a very heavy bag of shinies.
Walk in and be like, "Please, sir. I need a leash for Emmy, and I don't know if you can make like something for Carol, but I need it really nice. Shinies are of no consequence to someone such as me.
What's an Emmy and what's a Carol?
I present him my animals. So that's Emmy, and that's Carol.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, he looks at Carol. I can certainly try.
Cat harness.
Okay. I've not seen anything like that before, but I can give it a go. They'll be ready for you tomorrow. You say like a really nice leaf, but you want the best leather?
Yes, please.
In a particular color? I can probably do red on short notice.
Oh, red would be so nice. I would like that a lot. Thank you.
Alright. That'll be
Can I get like
I don't know,
collars
6
and like?
Yeah, all inclusive harness, collars, leashes. Probably 3 gold.
Okay, I could do that, and I pull it in my big bag. I'm like, yeah, 3 is more than, or less than 4, so I'm okay.
Bumps onto it smacks onto the table shakes.
1, 2, 3. Here's another one, just in case. but also for like your family.
Oh, well, that's very nice of you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good day. I appreciate your help.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I will see you tomorrow. All right. Where's everyone else going?
I'm gonna make my way back to the inn and Buddy.
Okay. Anyone else
So-
shopping stuff?
Leonhard would probably know this town a little bit.
Mhm.
Is there any armor smith of note?
Absolutely. There is once again, you saw Lord Cadfred's armor.
Yes.
This place actually makes a very nice armor, which they do sell onto. They do import a little bit to Holm.
All right, then Leonhard would definitely try to find a really good armor smith in this town.
Okay. All right then. Do me a favor and just roll a perception or history, your choice.
Okay. History.
History it is. Easy enough. You're able to find the same one that is used by Lord Cadfred himself. As you do make your way there, you can see very close to the palace, to the castle itself, beautifully ornate shop with some very expensive and well-polished bits of armor sitting outside. As you do head inside, you can see this very old-looking dwarf fellow who looks up to you with a very warm smile on his face. Ah, hello there. How can I help you?
Good day, sir. Leonhard takes a quick look around and admires the beautiful shop.
It's a very fine armor you've got there. Why you find yourself here with me?
Are there any display pieces that show his craftsmanship?
Everything in this shop is a display piece, basically. There's some beautiful there's some beautiful stuff set around here.
All right, and then he just gives a smile and says, "Well, there, sir. No, to be modest, your craftsmanship looks outstanding. Now, let me ask you one thing: what is the most important thing in combat?"
I would have to say, not dying, sir.
Very smart observation. And you know what, good sir? The most important thing is not to die and to look good while doing this. And you, sir, have the honor to help me out in that regard. I am in need of a new piece of armor.
Well, you've come to the right place, he says, looking around the shop.
Now, as you can see, I'm wearing a set of chainmail, and I would love you if you could reinforce that chainmail with a couple of plates to protect, but at the same time to look good.
I don't think I can reinforce chainmail any more than would be worth swapping to scale or maybe upgrading to sorry, not swapping to scale, maybe swapping to splint or plate?
Plate, you got me sold on that one.
But it's a bit expensive. And how strong are you, by the way? What is your strength?
My strength is 14.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think you're strong enough to fight with this on.
Excuse me? No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, plate armor requires a strength of 15 to fight with it without having disadvantage on all attacks.
All right, Leonhard would of course know what kind of armor would fit him and would also be wearable. So
chainmail is the one that would probably, I don't know. It's going to be chainmail or half plate are going to be the ones that give you the most.
Half
plate
sounds
maybe, yeah.
Because then we can also pretend that he's just wearing like a breastplate and the rest is still chainmail.
What is your dex score?
My dexterity is 11.
You're going to have more AC wearing the chainmail. Wait, is it chain shirt or chainmail?
Chainmail.
You're going to have more AC wearing the chainmail.
Okay. Then chainmail is actually the best thing I could get
right now, mechanically wise. I mean, you can obviously wear what you want if you want to look good, but if you wear anything else right now, chainmail, you have a set AC of 16 plus shield if you have it out. Which
Yep.
brings you up to a max of 18. Half plate is 15 plus dex to a max of 2, and 11 is a plus 0. So
Now, good dwarf, tell me, is there any finer chainmail you could potentially offer me than the one I'm currently wearing? Fine craftsmanship, perhaps some magical help here? Gives him a wink.
magic armor is not the most common, and it's definitely not the most cheap. But you have definitely come to the right place. He looks at you and goes, Looks you up and down, steps out from behind. Do you mind if I measure here for a second?
Today's your lucky day. Not many men can lay
Oh my.
Leonhard von Griever get away with it, and spreads out his arms.
Well, thank you. This is apparently a great honor. As he starts to measure you. All right, takes a couple measurements. Well, I've got something that I might be able to do. I've got the. It's gonna be expensive.
I have a
Out
feeling
with
I'm
it.
about to get debated.
Why?
Because he's not gonna have enough money and he's gonna come find me and be like, hey buddy.
Got any of them shinies?
It's gonna be expensive, but he looks at your armor. It does look fine. I don't know. Yeah, you look like someone who can afford it. It's not magical, but I've got some very special material. Came from across the wide sea.
Mm-hmm. You've got my interest.
All right. 1 second. He disappears into the back of the store. Comes back out a little bit later with what appears to be a set of chainmail, but all the links are black.
Black, you say?
Black chainmail, yes. He holds it
Okay.
out to you. This right here, lad. This is adamantine. It's a material from across the sea, deep in the mines. But what it does is it is resilient. This will seriously make you more resistant against any enemy that gets a cheap shot on you. Out of game mechanics, it's basically normal chainmail, but if any enemy gets a critical hit on you, aka rolls a natural 20, that attack becomes a normal hit, not a critical. So they lose the double dice.
Okay. Whew. Leonhard rubs his chin, looks at this chainmail up and down, down and up. Like, now what would that cost me, good sir?
Oh, that's gonna cost you 575 gold pieces.
575.
I know it's a
Now-
bit pricey. I can understand if you need to think about it.
Now we're going to strike a fantastic deal, good sir. Hear me out. 575, you say,
Why am I getting the feeling I'm about to be swindled?
and I shall give you a nice, round, good-looking sum, 600. But for a man of my caliber, it needs to look even better. Now, black it looks good as is. I do not mean to offend your style and craftsmanship. But you see, a shining figure, I consider myself a defender of beauty. And not many beautiful things that we have in nature come in dark colors. So I would like you to paint this chainmail to something brighter.
I'm not a
Spray
painter,
it.
laddie.
How you do it, see those gold coins? They do not care how you do it. I'm pretty sure you've got friends, colleagues, other craftsmen. 600 gold if you spray that white. And these gold pieces are all yours.
Well, if you wanna pay that, then it's doable. It's not gonna last. The paint's gonna come off over time. The links rub against each other. It's gonna rub itself off, but
That extra color can always be found.
all right, yeah. You got yourself a deal. I'll find someone to paint it for you. It'll be ready for you
Excellent.
tomorrow then.
Absolutely excellent. You are a fine man to make business with. My gratitude.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you had the money. It's nice to make a sale like this. What's the name, by the way?
The name's Sir Leonhard von Griever. If you attend the local festivities tonight, you shall hear more of my tales and see more of this pretty face.
Oh, really? Well then, you say local festivities tonight. What time's that start? You would know it starts about 9 p.m.
Good.
Warm
9
myself to that
p.m.
one.
And, good sir, what is your name by chance?
My name is DM Panic. Hi, I want to go to random shopkeep, okay? What's your name? Shit.
Got you.
My name is Doringer.
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 Now, if you're going to attend said nightly festivals, you may as well get used to these, because wherever Sir Leonhard goes, festivities follow. And in the future, if you would like your armor, your tabards, your shields to be displayed in such local nightly festivities, you can certainly hook me up.
I mean, I was gonna suggest that if you want to pop by just before it starts, if you want to wear it on stage, I could probably rush it.
Make it white until the nightly festivities, and everyone attending shall know where this beautiful set of chainmail came from.
I will do my best. Pop back just before the festivities start, and I'll have it ready.
Outstanding.
All right. So you head out. Anyone else have anywhere they want to go shopping?
And I passed him the 600 gold pieces, of course.
Excellent. Yes. You can add, because you will just be able to go and collect it without any issue before it starts, and he will succeed. It is adamantine chainmail.
Nice.
So it is normal chainmail, so you can just put the word adamantine on front of yours. So now just remember, you're going to have to keep track of this. If any enemy critically hits you,
no double damage.
No double damage, so you have to keep track of that, because I will forget.
Sweet.
Alright, anyone else have anywhere they want to go to purchase things with money?
Kaizen will make his way to the magic store.
That is
magical items.
where Shivari also wants to go.
Wonderful.
You guys don't want to check out the general store?
Yes.
Not this time.
While we're walking to the magic shop, we'll just look at the general store. Have you been in there before? Do you want to go look at it?
I have been in there. It is not my favorite place. There seems to be some sort of what is the word? Franchise or something. There are many shops like this. Old gnomes, hard of hearing, mixed doing business. Not efficient time.
Interesting. I don't know if you've been to the magic shop, but it is also ran by a gnome. But
Oh no! Do not tell me this.
As you head into the magic shop, you see the same gnomish mage before you, sitting on. He is this time currently kneeling on his desk, attempting to look at something through a very, very small lens. He looks up as the bell rings as you enter in through the door, though. Oh, hello there again. Good to be. I've changed accent really severely that time. Good evening to you. I'm Irish now. How are you doing?
I'll say gnomish. Hello, Cadbury.
Good to see you again, Shivari.
This is my friend Kaizan.
You still in gnomish?
Yeah.
He continues in gnomish as well, assuming.
Something Kaizen. I'm just like,
yeah, he responds, something Kaizan. You can tell it's a greeting, though. Good to meet you, Kaizan.
Blink, blink.
So, how can I help you?
I'll switch to common. I don't think you spoke Gnomish, right? I say to Kaizen.
I do not.
Perhaps we should talk in common then. I say out loud.
Oh,
Everybody
that's
can
fine.
hear.
That's fine. I'm sorry for assuming.
If you want to speak Gnomish, you go do so.
I
No,
speak
it's
fine
okay.
common. I apologize for assuming.
It is no, not a problem.
So, yes. What can I help you with today, Kaizan and Javari? Javari, sorry.
I am looking for if you have any items to help with, related to bowstring, arrows, leathers, anything in regards to that, in terms of helping me be a more efficient ranger.
Interesting. I don't have a huge amount of particular bow stuff. You're best checking. Tell you what, I can certainly give you a recommendation. If you check the dock market in Holm, there is a shop there that gets a lot of incoming trade a lot of the time, and they do sell a lot of hunting equipment and stuff like that. Very nice tiefling that runs that. Don't see a lot of them around these parts, but I was a bit concerned when I met him for the first time, but he's a lovely fellow. He might be able to sell you something. Until then, I've got some enchanted arrows if you're interested. Words are hard.
Yes, firstly, the dock market in Holm, those are more advanced things.
They get a lot more import than we do here. A lot of stuff travels through here, but overall, Holm it gets a lot of trade in general. They actually have a bit of trade with the elves usually.
Okay. That makes sense. But yes, if you have some sort of arrows, those
I
would
do.
be...
He
Yes.
reaches under and pulls out what appears to be a small case, like I was about to use a box example, but I don't know what transfers from America to UK or Germany. It's about a yay big box. As he hands it out to you with a small clip lid as he hands it over for you to examine. As you undo the latch and open it, you can see inside several really intricate looking arrows made out of what you can recognize as yew, with a pattern going up the side and runes marked into the pattern. The tail appears to be made out of goose feather.
These are very intricate. And what is it that they do?
Oh, these are just enchanted to increase accuracy and damage.
How many of them are there?
In that, there is 20.
20. And how much do they go for?
25 each, my good sir.
25 each. I shall buy 10 of them.
All right, that will be 250 gold.
Hand over 250.
Oof, big spender. Thank you very much. As he takes that and picks out half of the arrows and puts them in a separate underneath the desk and gives you the case as well if you want it.
Yeah. So I'll take it.
All right, you have 10 plus 1 arrows.
All right.
So these do just give a +1 to the attack and damage for using that ammunition.
All right.
All right. Is there anything else I can interest you in? I've got other magical items. I've got books on magic. I've got scrolls. Anything I can persuade you in? He seems a lot more keen to talk to both of you now that you are spending a lot of money.
But I'm here if you have any scrolls that I can use to transcribe into a book that are ritual casting based.
Oh, ritual scrolls. Interesting, interesting. Let me see what I have. He opens up a small catalogue and starts rifling through it. Let's see. Ritual-based, ritual-based. Not used to sorting via that. Most of the people who come through to ask are aspiring wizards heading to the academy, you see. Alright, let's have a look. I do have one here. No, I have a couple here. I've got, this one. Pulls out one scroll. This is a scroll of ceremony. It allows you to perform several magical ceremonies, such as, coming of age ceremonies and marriage ceremonies, all which give a small boon to the person who receives it. I also have this one. Pulls out another one and waves it. This is made by a mage off in a far distant land called Tensa, where he's created a small disc that follows behind the caster for an hour and can hold 500 pounds worth of weight. And finally, I have this one. Pulls out one more. This is a speak with animals. Allows you to talk with some of the base beasts.
Get it.
Well, those all sound very interesting. I don't want to spend too much, so maybe only. How much would be speaking with the animals and the
These are all,
floating disc?
These are all lower level magics. These would be 60 gold apiece, each one of them.
Alright. Very magical.
So it is
You know,
speak with animals, Tensor's floating disc, and I've lost the other one, and ceremony.
Yeah, actually, I think I can get them all. I also don't need ink to transcribe with.
I certainly have that. I have that. How much do you need?
I am checking really quick. Let's see.
So, I believe, and I'm not 100% sure on this, so we're going to have to look this up. Because we are ending early, so we're going to be ending quite soon. I believe you still have to make rolls to copy, same as a wizard, but I'm not 100% sure on that. We'll look into that.
I'm not sure either. It says for each level of spell, this transcription process takes 2 hours and costs 50 GP for the rare inks needed to inscribe it. So,
what is the name of the feature?
Book of Ancient Secrets. It's an invocation.
Yes, I'm seeing if it's in. There we go. Click. Ancient invocations. Book of blah, blah, blah. Okay, inscribed.
I think it would probably be.
Yeah, it doesn't say
similar?
it doesn't say it requires rolls like a wizard does. So, yeah, no, it is money and time.
Okay. Yeah, I would probably need about 150 gold worth of ink.
Of course, I have that. Got to keep a supply when you have mages coming in and out these days. Reaches under and pulls out a couple small vials, which make up the amount.
Alright. So let's see. It was 60 per scroll,
60
right?
per, so it is 180 for the scrolls.
Alright, so then 150 for all the ink, so like 330 gold total for it all?
Make it 320. You're spending a lot of money.
Oh, thank you.
You are
I
very
really
welcome.
appreciate that.
Alright, so you have a scroll of ceremony, a scroll of speak with animals, and a scroll of Tensor's floating disc.
Okay, cool.
Right. Celebratory mage hand wave. That's what it looks like, the semantic components for the spells.
Um, do you have any magical books that I could perhaps purchase? Maybe just like
I
one.
have books
something.
on magic, the history of. I've got the history of magic. I don't know if you knew this. There was a lot of magic back in the day. It's only recently started to research.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes, there
Is
used to
that
be.
in the book of history about magic?
As in one of them, yes, there used to be spells beyond what we can cast these days.
Oh,
Spells that could make cities fly. Spells that could lift mountains and create a volcano.
that sounds like
Destructive.
it's a bit much. and but I would be interested in purchasing one of the books.
Well, certainly. What would you like? History of recent magic, history of ancient magics, history of planar magics. These are the three I have available.
Recent magic, please.
Recent magic. Well, that's going to run you at solid 3 gold pieces.
Okay.
No, you purchase
No.
You purchase and are able to see the front cover of what appears to be a magic school from one of the other countries. You don't recognize it immediately, as pictures of these aren't truly publicized all of the time. But it is the magical history of Baldor, and the author is Freddie Master, spelled M-A-S-T-A.
Nice. Good name.
All right. Thank you. I really appreciate this.
You are most welcome, my dear. And what about you, sir? Anything else for you from the shop?
Do you happen to have any, say, things, I don't know, to help with more dexterous means, potions of any sort?
I have healing potions. I have potions, certainly. I have healing potions. I have look through his list. I have potions that can help you breathe underwater. I've got a potion that can turn you into a gas and help you navigate around. I've got a potion that can I've got one potion, which is quite interesting, that helps you grow to a larger size. And I've got a potion that lets you breathe fire like a dragon.
These are very fascinating.
He looks kind of sad that he didn't get a more excited reaction.
What about this potion that turns you into a gas, you said?
Ah, yes. Reaches up onto one of the back shelves, climbs a small ladder to grab it, and brings it back down. This right here is a potion of gaseous form.
And how long does it last?
I will tell you very soon. Because I do not know all items off by heart yet.
Long enough.
It is a small bottle which appears to hold a fog cloud, and you just gain the effect of the gaseous form spell for 1 hour. For your benefit, the gaseous form spell, it transforms, you basically, because you're the one drinking it, into a misty cloud for the duration of the spell. The spell ends if you hit 0 hit points. While in this form, your only method of movement is a flying speed of 10 feet. You can enter and occupy the space of another creature. You have resistance to all non-magical damage and advantage on strength, dexterity, and con saving throws. You can pass through small holes, narrow openings, and even mere cracks, though it treats liquid as though it were solid surfaces. The target can't fall and remains hovering in the air even when stunned or otherwise incapacitated. You can't talk or manipulate objects, and any objects you would be carrying or holding can't be dropped, used, or otherwise interacted with. The target also cannot attack or cast spells.
Okay. Spell ends if creature drops 0, but I think you can just like drop the spell whenever? Because it's concentration?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Check quickly, yep.
Yeah.
You can choose to drop concentration whenever you wish on pretty much any spell.
How much should this be?
This one is 300 gold pieces.
Hmm.
It's very rare. Had someone come
Indeed.
through. Had to not sell it to someone once. Lad came through. Think I didn't see the thieves' kit on his belt. He was going to use this potion to steal from me, and I can't have that.
Very wise of you. It is a bit pricey. I'm interested. I do not think I will. Do not think I will at the moment, though.
Well,
Perhaps
you know
before
I'm
we
here.
tomorrow. Indeed. I will, however, if you do have a potion of greater healing, the second most powerful one, whichever one that
I
is called.
have one. I can definitely say that. I have some regular ones as well, if you're interested. I can get more in, but they are expensive.
Just one of the second most powerful ones.
Well, that would be 150 gold.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay. You get a
And-
potion of greater healing.
15 platinum over.
He looks kind of shocked at the platinum in his hand. Oh, thank you.
Indeed. Easier to use.
Well, yes, of course. Definitely easier to carry. I'm only a short lad. Thank you very much.
Yes. And then lastly, did you happen to have anything dexterous related?
Dexterous related? That is a very interesting question. Not entirely sure. Tell you what, let me get his actual shop up instead of just trying to search bit by bit. I'm doing this the silly way. Because I did save a shop. I saved it. Well, you guys saved it potentially. By killing off a hag. Yeah.
Nice.
Nailed it. Okay. Alright, so he has. Not really, I'm afraid. Nothing that would be potentially too useful in terms of dexterity. Was there anything in particular you were looking for?
Not in particular, no. Just if you happen to have anything, but I am satisfied with these purchases, so
Fair enough.
thank you
fair
for
enough.
those.
Well, no, thank you for shopping and spending.
Is there anything magical that can be used on hair to make sure it stays neat and good looking?
I don't have anything in here like that, but it sounds like a fairly easy enchantment. Perhaps someone in home will be able to make it for you.
Oh.
Okay, thank you.
Of course, of course. Sorry I couldn't be more help. Not my area of expertise, you see. I
No, it's okay.
I just sell these items and am a small broker of information.
It's okay. You have been very, very helpful. Thank you.
Of course, of course. Well, is there anything else?
Not for me, no.
Alright.
No.
Well then, thank you very much. I don't know if you're at the party tonight. I will see you there. I plan on bringing some interesting little things to brighten everything up a bit.
Oh.
We'll be there.
Such as what?
The party is for us, I think.
Oh. Well, thank you. I have no idea what this party is about. I'm sorry, I don't know what to thank you for. I was just told there was a party and a reason to celebrate. So, whatever you have done to cause a party, thank you.
You know the murderer of the town
I do.
murdered a few women over the years. Yes, we tracked down who was behind it, and they are now dead.
Well, that is That is marvelous, marvelous work. Thank you. Thank you very much. You are a great help to this town. I will definitely buy you both a drink during the party. And, small hint, make sure you stay till at least midnight. That's when I'm going to set off my surprises. Gonna light up the sky with bright lights.
That sounds very lovely. I will be sure to be there.
Well, thank you once again.
Likewise.
With that, you...
I'll say thank you and goodbye and Domish.
He gives you another nod. But with that, because I do need to... Everybody's a lich! With that, because I do need to sleep to drive today. Sorry, we are running the session short today. We will be ending there. We will pick up next session.
Fun.
Instead of starting with combat, like we did a session ago, we're starting with a party! Yay!
Yay!
Nice.
Definitely a lovely tone. Gives me time to find party music on Incomputech, which is nice. Alright, but yeah, thank you all very much for watching. And let's do our wonderful thing of... Everyone, would you like to say what you are doing this coming week? For starters, thank you everyone who has been supporting the show. I saw some bits be dropped earlier in the chat. Thank you for those. And the Dog Lady, I saw you dropping a gift sub for Biblio, so thank you very much for that.
Nice.
If you all enjoyed, support the stream, support the lovely people in the stream, !players. There are Twitch and stream links to everyone except for Jinxie Cat, who currently cannot stream, but there is a Streamlabs link in there, so if you want to support her, you can go to that. That will allow you to support her directly. We fixed that at the end of last session, so you can support them there. I'm going to be... this show appears on every Monday. VODs are always on the YouTube as well, which is same as this channel, just Tetcher. I'll start this time instead of ending. I'm going to be streaming S Division again, streaming games, going to play some more Apex because I'm really having a good time with it. Going to play Heroes, just having a lovely time. Tomorrow is my day off, which is good because I'm going to be very unslept. But yeah, that is the plan. How often do I play pen and paper? Pretty much never. I own dice. They've been in a box for a really long time. I pretty much only play online. I'm in like 2 other sessions, including Jinxie Cat's session, which she will talk about probably when it comes round to her turn. But we'll start with Crowan. What are you doing? Oh wait, oh for God's sake. Okay. The link has broken, so I need to re-add. The camera's going to disappear because I need to re-add Jinxie's link. Okay. Jinxie, where did you send me the link last time? It was on Discord, right?
HGC. I can send it again. It's streamlabs.com/JinxieCat.
Yes, that. I added it, and it's gone, which is annoying as hell. And I know exactly when it happened. I found it. Got it. I will re-add that, and I will put it in the chat again, because I 100% added it.
Boom.
All right. So, yes, Crowan. When are you... So, Crowan, what are you doing this coming week?
I'll probably just be chilling, playing some auto chess and Apex. Yeah. Nothing too out of the ordinary.
Nice. All right. What about you, Jinxie? Oh, sorry. Go on, Crowan.
Follow me on Twitter. / Crowan. There we go.
Nice.
Sell out.
Yes, support all of
Do
these
it.
people.
He's a delight and puts dice in his shoulder blades.
Ooh.
Oh, yep. I do.
That sounds awesome.
Well, collarbones, but yeah.
Or yeah, that, not in your shoulder blades. That sounds brutal.
You can make it work.
Probably.
Right, the link is hopefully fixed. It's probably going to break the layout, but for now it is there for people who want it. ! Players! It worked! And it actually looks almost neat. I'll
Yay!
fix the layout later. Alright, yes, Jinxie, what are you up to this week?
What am I up to this week? Well, Saturday is again another lovely episode of The Defenders of Ass. I've talked to my party, but I've heard your whispers and seen your guys' messages, and if everything goes according to plan, we should start streaming that after S Division qualifier, so we can have the whole party back together again. Other than that, we're doing NGS and Bush League. We do Bush Leagues on Sundays, so you can come watch me play Arthas. Although I almost said poorly, but I don't play Arthas poorly. I play Arthas phenomenally. And we drink and play some games, so yeah, come hang out. Give your support to the Betty White Otakus is our name.
All right. What about you, Kendrick?
I'm just gonna pray for a week of uninterrupted streaming, because I think so far in 2019 we didn't really have that. There was either internet issues, then there was the flu of doom. So I'm just hoping that there won't be any supernatural things coming up, and we're gonna be streaming more Resident Evil 2. Still need to finish that game, and then more Heroes, and I don't know, maybe some auto chess if that finally works out. And of course, follow me on Twitter, the Instagrams. I'm trying to post more there, and already I'm looking forward to next week, next Monday.
And Faye.
I'll probably mostly just be playing and streaming auto chess. I think this upcoming Saturday, the 16th, is an auto chess tournament that I'll be playing in. I think
Best
Crone
of
is
luck.
also playing in it.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting. Apparently a lot of people signed up for it, so it's going to take forever. But that's pretty much all I'm going to be doing is just auto chess. I'm only slightly addicted to it.
Fair enough. And the usual question, are either of you streaming directly after this stream?
Nah, I'm probably going
No.
to sleep after this.
Okay, understood. So am I. So hooray. Alrighty, so we'll find someone to host or raid. But for now, everyone, thank you all very much for watching. We will be back next week, same time, hopefully with a longer session this time. And we'll be having a party. And nothing will go wrong.
So good.
Nothing.
Lee and her, it's gonna be so beautiful. Oh my god.
Yeah. Are there any final words from anyone?
Thank you, Tetra.
Thanks
This was
for
so fun
watching.
and wonderful. Thank you, chat, for watching.
Twitch Prime.
Smooth. I love it.
Support
Love
Tetra.
it.
He likes to eat.
I do like to eat. This is true. It does help me survive. So everyone, thank you very much. We're disappearing now, and we will see you all next Monday, and hopefully we'll see all of you throughout the next couple days on Twitter and on everyone's streams. So thank you all very much, and see you all next time.
But with